All right, cool. So we'll start this. And
Hi, everyone.
hello there.
Hello there.
Oh,
Okay, it's coming through all right. I'm not getting any screen lag, which is good.
yeah. I was gonna ask if you. So there's a little detail coming up. So yeah, this is Madrigal, but what's really important is coming up in a second.
UEG outer colonies. Fuck.
Okay, so I want to make something clear. This is set in the year 2552, which is the year that
That's the correct. Oh well, wait a minute. If this is the year they find Halo, then yes, that's the right year. But why is it called UEG outer colonies? Should be UNSC outer colonies.
Oh well, no. This is an insurrectionist group. Like this isn't you, but this is 2552, and that's important because one, actually in the lore, Madrigal was destroyed in like the 2520s, like when the Covenant first attacked.
Oh, Madrigal is an actual planet. Okay, maybe I. Oh, was this in Contact Harvest? Because I'm actually reading Contact Harvest.
Yeah, I think it was. I need to reread Contact Harvest. It's been so long since I read the Halo books. I read them like 10 years ago, but Madrigal is a planet from the like the lore, but it was glassed like 20-30 years prior to the start of the game. So they already there's an issue, but like you'll see it when the insurrectionists start talking.
Is this the AK-47 that's coming up?
Oh yeah, there is so much.
I will say this much: already more imagination than Disney Lucasfilm. What do these vehicles look like? Is that a Warthog?
No.
No, I meant like on the ground. That was.
Fair price for precious material. The UNSC leadership on Reach seek to enslave us.
My hands are filthy with the blood of UNSC Marines.
Okay, so can I just say that, like, of course they'd have to fucking give you the perspective of the insurrectionists instead of the fucking UNSC, which is this perspective Halo is meant to be told from. Instead, they're going to try and turn it into this fucking, these cunts are.
They're just
done by anti-fascist fucking.
Yeah, they're the noble freedom fighters.
Yeah, that's bullshit. No, they're terrorists.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. The UNSC isn't all sunshine and rainbows either, but these fuckers are meant to be terrorists.
Yeah, like that's the funny thing is that you'll see this where it's like they whitewash the insurrectionists. They ignore the actual bad stuff the UNSC has done, and they'll like invent entirely new things. And it's like you had them kidnapping 6-year-old children and genetically experimenting on them, and you didn't go with that as the UNSC did shady stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're not perfect, but the lesser of evils, and like. A way that you could have done this is by doing what you were kind of meant to do, which is to show these cunts actually being terrorists and blowing the shit out of like UNSC freaking transport ships and stuff like that and attacking actual UNSC peaceful colonies and then having the UNSC abduct 6-year-olds and turning them into Spartans, because that shows faults on both sides.
Yeah.
But obviously, again, from the UNSC's perspective.
Well, yeah, and the UNSC resorted to that because the insurrectionists had gotten so dangerous. They wanted to end the war quickly, so they created
not just dangerous,
soldiers.
Ruthless. They were fucking ruthless cunts.
Yeah. So there, from what we've seen in this episode, they completely whitewashed them. But there's some dumb stuff that's gonna come up.
Marines and their super weapons, the Spartans, to crush us. But war need not be the answer.
So. Yeah, this is.
Oh my god! It's what's his name? Carl Tanner from Gin Alley. Sorry, he's from Game of Thrones, and he's from Dark Knight Rises too. He's Daggett's right hand man, I think. That guy.
Yeah. So this Vishnu.
What's he doing in Halo?
Yeah. So
sorry, I just find it funny.
Yeah. So that guy is an insurrectionist politician who is discussing things with the UNSC. I'll let that sink in for a minute. Because
he's basically selling them propaganda.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, and it's funny because apparently, like, they're selling propaganda that the Spartans are hunting down insurrectionists. But remember, this is 2552. Like the UNSC has long stopped considering the insurrectionists their main targets. Like they haven't seriously fought them in years. But
yeah, it's sorry to cut you off. It's just these cunts, all of them, humanity, UNSC, insurrectionists, what the fuck ever, should be running for their lives, terrified of the Covenant. They're in the middle of a galactic fucking genocide at this point. So yeah, it's dumb. This is if this was in like 25 maybe it'd be fine. But
yeah. Oh yeah, like yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that would make more sense if it was like days or weeks after the Covenant showed up.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you're gonna see some stuff.
Jinha has sent me and trusts me to negotiate an end to this endless war.
Yeah, like the insurrectionists are trying to negotiate. Like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, those fuckers don't negotiate. They just kill. They just blow shit up and then tuck tail and run.
Yeah, like when the Covenant showed up, like they decided to just hide in a hole and then say, "Well, that's your problem." Like they're dickheads.
Yeah, no, they're fuck them. This is not an accurate interpretation of what these fuckers are meant to be. Anyway, let's keep going.
Why is this peace talks will fail and the UNSC will come at us with everything they've got? You mark me.
Did he? Pause. Did he actually say peace talks with the UNSC?
Yes.
Oh, the UNSC won't give us peace. They'll come at us with everything. It's like you guys are the ones causing trouble. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no fucking. They're trying to make peace with you fucks, because they're trying to keep order. This fucking show.
They're like
stupid.
Stop killing innocent. Yeah. Look, like this is the very first scene, and it's already set expectations for the rest of the.
Flip the fucking script from the get-go. Talk about how do you look at Halo and say these are the good guys? These fucking showrunners should be on a fucking watch list, honestly. What the fucking look at Halo and say these guys are the ones you should sympathize with? You know, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Just for anyone listening to this, hey, this is not what the insurrectionists are in Halo lore, all right? The insurrectionists are terrorists. That's all they are. They're just they're cunts who want power. They have their, they've taken rebellion deep into the outer colonies of the galaxy, and they wanted to turn against UNSC, not because they're freedom fighters, but because they're just a bunch of greedy, animalistic cunts who want power and money and all that jazz. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
Have you seen a Spartan up close?
I face Marines.
There's another difference between Spartans and Marines. Marines can be killed. Spartans aren't human. They're faster, stronger, smarter. They just keep on killing without mercy.
Pause. I actually do like this.
That
the fact that they're scared shitless of Spartans. That's good. That's actually very good.
Yeah. Me and Angel actually had the same thought on that scene where it's like, okay, this description makes sense from the perspective of an insurrectionist, where they view the Spartans as these like unstoppable killing machines. Yeah. Like, that makes sense.
And even the Covenant fear them. Like these fuckers are, the UNSC have. I mean, is there a Spartans never die reference in this? I don't think they would. I don't think they'd, because like the show writers never played the games. Likely didn't read the books either.
Yeah, they don't really dive into that. Like, it's weird because they talk about propaganda, but they don't bring up the real propaganda with the Spartans. Is that they simply never die?
That's propaganda. It's part of the scare tactic. It's part of it's also part of the morale boost to keep people's spirits high because they're in the middle of a galactic genocide. It's like, hey, we have these unstoppable, unkillable super soldiers. You know, we're gonna take the fight to the Covenant. We're gonna beat them. And they're like, yeah, hell yeah, Spartans.
Yeah, well,
humanity.
it's It's like in Halo 3 when Chief shows up on that planet and all those injured Marines, they see him and they're like, it's a Spartan, he's here, he's gonna
Show,
save
don't
us.
tell. Yeah.
It's like it's a wonderful scene. They don't even have to have Chief interact with them. He just walks by them and it's their reaction to him that speaks volumes.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Also, the fact that they were like just covered in bandages too. It's like, yeah, these guys are fucked up.
Oh yeah, that one guy
but they're
who was
happy now.
Yeah, that one guy who was blinded and he was given hope and he was like, "Are you serious? Is it really a Spartan?" I'm like, the fact that this guy,
because he couldn't see him, could he? Because he was like,
he had his eyes all bandaged up.
That's right. Yeah.
And he was like, "Are you kidding me? Is it him?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like that's Bungie did such a good job.
You in and out.
Okay, show your tone deaf. That wasn't funny. That was meant to be serious. This isn't fucking. Is the MCU just ruining everything because everything's treated like a joke now?
Yeah, like they're trying to be like jovial, and I'm like, yeah, but like you actually had what in isolation was a really good scene of an insurrectionist describing how they saw a Spartan. Like, and then he's like, "Are you in or out?" Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, like why did the whole room laugh? Just have him chuckle. Like, anyway. Because he wanted to scare the kid.
Young one here. The general knows. Either Madrigal is free or it's not.
Guan is.
I missed you in Mulan, buddy.
I didn't sign up for this.
There she is, the mullet herself.
Diversity mullet main character that nobody asked for.
They went worse than Rose Tico with her.
You know, it's strange because Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn actually had a good first person perspective from like a civilian, or like granted it was from Thomas Lasky's perspective, and he was in Corbula Military Academy. 343 did this, and it was still like, granted, I found the first couple episodes a little boring. The latter two, when the Covenant show up, are actually great. It's probably the best live action portrayal of like the Covenant and like a Halo scenario that correctly abides by the canon that's ever been produced. Again, the first couple episodes are a little boring. You don't really gravitate to the characters until the end, and even then, it's only one character. But like when Chief shows up, and he doesn't have his Mark 6 armor or Mark 5 armor. I think he has his Mark 4 armor. He has no energy shield, as far as I remember. It's all perfectly in canon. So you can do it from a civilian's perspective, like because you know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure the Covenant are going to show up on this planet, and they're going to have to like run for their lives, and then Chief's going to show up. Thanks, trailers. But like this has been done better in the past. So I'm trying to say. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
The galaxy's highest concentration of heavy hydrogen. Power your ships and power your drugs.
So this is why she brought her friends out. They're digging up drugs.
Drugs. Okay.
This is why.
Wait, they're gonna get high?
Yes.
Find shit like this.
Too bad for you.
Where will you?
Look,
even
I'm
go
fine
from?
with look. I'm okay with this as just like a side thing, like a side resource, a side trade to help smuggle yourself off planet, whatever. UNSC owns the galaxy. Do these motherfuckers not know who the Covenant are? What the hell? Anyway.
Oh boy.
Look, I'm fine with the drugs thing. It's just a question of why is this in Halo, kind of something. This isn't bad by default. It's just like
it's someone who is like, what? How do we write teenagers? I don't know. Teenagers do drugs.
See you on the other side.
So yeah, I'm sure you can figure out what she just noticed. Yeah, and all her friends are high as hell.
Covenant just blew their fucking heads off. Is it wrong that I'm going for the Covenant here?
Yeah, I didn't care for these characters either, but like it's so shockingly weird, and like it's only this part where they're gonna get this gory and violent. It's really weird.
Yeah, and I saw it, I was like, they just blew that prick's head off with a plasma bolt, and I was like, huh. I was like, is this an R-rated show? Like, it made me wonder if it's an R-rated show. So it's
it would have to it would have to be. I haven't looked at exactly what the.
I mean, personally, I don't mind it being R-rated, but I was just like, oh, R-rated, that's good to know. Oh, it's just the tears? Oh, okay. Figures. Okay, I like the way the plasma looks and sounds. So that's good. I swear to God, if this turns into an "I will revenge my father" plotline, come with me, I'm Master Chief.
Yeah,
I will avenge my father and destroy the Covenant.
Yeah,
cool.
like,
But there's this little thing called Halo that I have to find because I'm Master Chief, the actual main character. Blah blah blah. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah, like imagine really cliche scenarios, and that's just what's gonna happen. Yeah, AK-47s. AK-47.
25, 50 fucking 2. Oh, it's funny. Like, you at least come up with something vaguely original. Like, the assault rifle's still an assault rifle. Like, it still shoots out lead. But, like,
yeah,
it looks like a sci-fi gun, at least. It's modest sci-fi, as a friend of mine likes to put it. It's not, hey, let's rip shit straight out of fucking the 1940s and 50s and just toss them to freedom fighters, quote unquote.
Yeah, like the way an Angel and I were talking about this, the way she specifically referred to it is, imagine if like you had a group of people like in modern day that were walking out with swords and muskets and trying to fight on the American military.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, look, these weapons will still kill a grunt or whatever. They will. But, I mean, what's another thing, actually? Do the grunt's armor stand up against regular bullets? Do the assault rifles use special kinds of rounds that can pierce that kind of armor? Because I imagine, not just with the Covenant, but with, like, the insurrectionists and shit, as weaponry's advanced, so has body armor things. I mean, obviously, you got Mjolnir armor, but, like, even without the Spartan armor, there's actual like just basic marine armor that maybe AKs can't penetrate basic marine armor in Halo. Just a thought I just had now. Like,
yeah,
more to your point.
Yeah, and it's bold of you to assume that grunts would show up.
Oh wow, really?
Yep. Broken legs. Yeah, like that was like a solid 30-foot drop. And she just comes out with no injuries. I'm like,
she wasn't even prepared for it. She just kind of ran off the edge there. And
yeah. If she jumped and slid down as she was falling, it's one thing. But like she lands hard on her feet and she just rolls and keeps going. I'm like, really?
As someone with maybe it's just because I have a really fucked ankle at this point in time. But yeah, her ankle should have got snapped there or rolled or something. Is she? Yeah, keep playing. If she's running like normal, I'm going to be a little annoyed.
Oh no, yeah. She runs like normal. She's not hurt at all.
Way to go, Covenant. Couldn't even catch her. Why is there no one chasing her? Ooh, okay, that's a UNSC. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. All right.
Yeah. When I saw this, I was like, oh, finally an actual Halo gun.
Yeah, and then you got AKs. I was like, nope. Oh, come on. As if you fuckers don't know about the Covenant.
As a matter of fact, do you want me to tell you? They don't believe the Covenant exists.
Oh my god!
The show is
okay. So they're gonna say So the show writer is really gonna say that of the billions and billions of planets the Covenant, well, not billions, but of the dozens and dozens and dozens of planets the Covenant have attacked, and the billions and billions and billions of lives lost. These cunts still believe it as UNSC propaganda. Because you realize these fucking show writers should realize, hey, these cunts would have had their planets attacked too. The whole point of the Covenant is that they don't distinguish between insurrectionists and UNSC. They're just out to kill humanity, purge them from existence, if you will. So, oh my god.
Yeah, that this is why I wanted to make sure I pointed out that this is in 2552.
In 2552. No.
Maybe
in 2526. but not 2552.
Yeah, like again, that's what I was saying before, and this is what I said with Angel, where it's like, yeah, I can understand like if they didn't believe it at first, because if from their perspective, out of nowhere, the UNSC was like, aliens have come in and they're trying to wipe out humanity, and then the insurrectionists would be like, yeah, right. But then but this is 30 years later, and they still believe that the Covenant don't exist until now.
Yeah, it's near. It's actually nearly been, I think, 40 years, nearly, not fully, but like I'm pretty sure first contact was in 2025. Could be wrong about that.
25. So yeah, it's
been. Did I say 2025?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be fucked in a few years. No. So yeah, like so that's my point. So yeah, 20. Oh wait, no, sorry, I was wrong. It was 27 years.
Yeah, it's specifically 27 years. It's like
because sorry, I thought it was excuse me. I thought it was I miscounted.
But yeah, like well, yeah, you would have been right if you were talking about like the new trilogy of Halo 4 to 6. That's closer to 40 years since.
Yeah, I mean, Infinite takes place in 2561, I think. So yeah, it's about but years at that point,
and this is 2552. But yeah, like I was waiting for your reaction on that.
Like... Yeah, no, I was just honestly my reaction. If I just kind of stumbled upon it, I would have lost my mind. But I was just kind of like, wait a second, cool man, tell me this isn't what I'm thinking. And he's like, do you want me to tell you? I was like, I'm not surprised at this point. I was like, of course it is. Of course it's that dumb. All right. Yeah, keep going. Okay, at least tell me there's a good action sequence coming. At least tell me Master Chief is allowed to act like Master Chief. Aside from taking off his helmet, which, yes, I do know that happens.
You'll see.
Wait a minute. Plasma doesn't make explosions like that.
Just consume.
That's good.
Yeah. Like this is something I noticed. I was like, they don't send the grunts in first. There are no jackals. You're not going to see any other Covenant aside from the elites. I'm
fine with the elites. I mean, they look all right. They could stand to have a little bit more color, but I didn't mind Halo 4's Covenant, so I don't mind these guys. He just got fucking swatted. Sorry.
Here it is.
Oh fuck! I mean, look. Like, I don't know if I'm against that. Actually, that's actually kind of like cool. Like, they made the elites that strong.
Okay, but I just
because the elites are meant to rival Chief in strength, and Chief. Well, to be fair, Chief would get splattered by a warthog, but that's in the game, so I don't know.
Well, to be fair, it would have made more sense if they had a hunter do this.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because a hunter would just run into a truck and just
shoulder. I actually think. Okay, look, that was a bit much. Like to maybe to knock over the warthog, but the truck, but like he flips the fucking thing.
Yeah,
like he turns it inside out pretty much.
Yeah, but I want to point out something. So you see this? Yeah. This is just a regular truck. It's just a Chevy. They painted it to give it, it's sci-fi paneling and armor. This is just paint.
It looks very cheap. It looks like they tried to make it like a Mad Max-esque, vehicle.
It looks like it's on a budget, but this is $10 million per episode.
Yeah. Well, look. I'll give this much. The elites look great, and all of this is in frame. Look. Let's not get too pedantic. All right, I'll accept that truck. It's a shitty looking insurrectionist vehicle that was just there to get capsized by the elite. Right? I can get past it. That's fine. I mean, not fine, but it's not a big deal. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh.
Are we gonna die? Oh, of course not. We're warriors, aren't we? Yeah, stay put. I'll be back, okay?
Terrorists.
Yeah.
Terrorists. I don't know. It's weird. I like the way the guns sound. I like the way the guns shoot. I even like the way the elites look. But the little mini flame explosions, it just doesn't fit well because it's not what plasma's meant to do.
No,
it's not really that kind of weapon. Anyway,
but you have to remember they literally avoided looking at any of the games.
I know, you're gonna make a Halo series. Let's actively not play the games and even pretend like we're fans.
Yeah.
It's oh my god. I don't know if Bonnie Ross chose these fuckers to do Halo, but it's another shitty decision she made. If it was her. That was cool. And thank you, Elite. Again, I'm going for the Covenant here.
Yeah.
You're gonna die, mate!
yeah, and that's that one guy from the beginning whose name I don't remember because he's such a non-character, and they're like, "Look, it's so sad that he died." I'm like, "Not really." Yes, and she left him to die. They all died. Not just the men, but the women and the children.
I'm gonna. I have to fight. We are warriors. You're going to be fine. Oh,
runs away and lets them all get slaughtered.
Runs away.
Yeah, it's like she has this insane plot armor of just happening to escape certain death consistently.
She said she was gonna help. She just actively ran the fuck away from the fight.
Yes!
Wow, man. Could have at least taken them with you.
Our main character, everybody.
Yeah, wow. I've already lost interest.
I thought it was UNSC propaganda.
After 25 fucking years. There's our boy. Sort of.
Spartan.
Yeah, there he is. Sort of.
Oh my god, he's okay, no, now I want him to die. Because he...
Wait.
Okay.
A little nod of respect. He understands he's on our side.
But he actively took his attention away from the cunt who he thought killed his daughter to shoot the Spartan. Like, that's the part that gets me. It's like, okay, we're cool now. Like, it's just dumb. That's a good. I mean, that's not Linda though, is it?
Nope.
I'd cheer if that was Linda, but
it's their new OCs. Like they've erased Blue Team. This is Silver Team.
It's Team Woke Spartan 05. I don't give a crap.
Well, yeah. Like there is a Linda equivalent, a Kelly equivalent, and a Fred equivalent, but they're not Blue Team. I'm like, then why would you change it?
Yeah, why even give Chief a team? Just have Chief by himself. Why is like, oh, we're gonna do. Chief has 3 teammates, but we're not going to do Blue Team. We're going to do Color Me Woke, the trio, fucking.
Well, and what's crazy,
token equivalent.
Well, and what's crazy is that Blue Team was already 50-50 male female. I'm like, you already have.
It's like they're trying to erase Blue Team because Blue Team already shot their fucking narrative to shit, as did Miranda Keys, who you've told me they've also fucking done a criminal disservice on.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, nope. They have to do something different.
Okay, cool. Covenant Quantum Demon, that's good. I do like the first person view, even though the assault rifle looks wrong. Oh, they got the classic magnums. All right. I like that. Oh my god, they even have him wearing like Fred's mask. Killer, please, Elite. Please. I'm still going for the Covenant.
Yeah. I want her to die specifically.
There you go. Shoot her. Whoa, how did he die? Oh, Kelly. Oh, sorry, Linda. Oh, it's not even Linda. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Sorry, look how, I'm sorry, I'm just a Halo fan. I can't help that I'm wrong about all this stuff. Oh, wait, it's not me, it's them.
Yeah, like...
343 at the very least take Halo seriously. You know, you may not like all the changes they fucking do and whatever, but they don't treat it like a joke. This is like they're treating it like a joke. Actually, no, I think he just gets the shield just before he heads to Reach. Sorry, just before he gets onto the Pillar of Autumn. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like the Mark V armor was the first Maholianer armor that the Spartan 2s get that has energy shields.
Okay, no, actually, I think because Chief definitely tests out the armor. Like he knows because in Combat Evolved he knows what the shield is and how to use it and everything. So he's definitely. I think he used it at the end of Fall of Reach. So just before Pillar of Autumn, just before Halo.
Yeah. It was not too long before the start where they got the Mark V armor because it was brand new. That was when he first met Cortana when they were doing the test.
Well, I mean, let's be real as well. Like, he's got the Mark 6 armor here, which is just like, set aside the shield. The Mark 6 armor doesn't even get till Halo 2. So
yeah, like that was exactly what I pointed out when we were looking at the trailers, and I was like, it's the wrong armor.
Look, if this was a good story, if this was faithful to Halo in terms of story, I wouldn't mind him just starting off with the Mark 6 armor. I wouldn't really give to sure, it's inaccuracy, but it's not it doesn't really affect the plot all that much. Because I mean the Mark 6, I'm pretty sure the Mark 6 was just to make Chief look a little better, a little bit more recognizable. That's why Bungie did it in the first place. Apparently he's got faster recharging energy shields, quote unquote, even though Halo 2 you die the most easily. So, but besides that, that's like the only real difference between Mark 6 and Mark 5 is just the look, really. So I wouldn't mind if he started off with Mark 6 if the rest of it was faithful, but it's not. So I'm gonna add it to the pile of just more dumb fucking shit this studio has done.
Well, and what's funny is that the insurrectionists were using that same gun against them, and it did nothing. But when Chief uses it, like he mows through 3 of them in like seconds.
Yeah. Look, I can understand if AKs don't do anything, but a
minigun is sorry, no. You left everyone to die?
He's gonna die, isn't he?
Yeah, like I said, imagine the most cliche thing.
You don't have to run up. You don't have to run and get stabbed, dude. Linda, anytime. Oh wait, it's not Linda.
Where there are 4 Spartans there? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I just noticed him. It's like, shouldn't you fuckers make sure the area is secured?
Yeah, and remember they have the game's radar, so they have no excuse for not knowing there was a hostile.
No survivors.
Wait.
1 survivor.
Turns around, shoots her. No survivors.
And then it's just like, okay, we're off the planet Reach.
Yeah, but they're not like talking to her to get information, and they're not even taking her into custody for being an insurrectionist. They're just leaving her there. It's like a bootleg version of the theme.
In association with 343 Industries, look, I know people got problems with 343, but even 343 went out of their way to say, guys, this ain't us. The studio that brought you Halo 5 denounced this fucking show.
Yeah. Oh, this is better than me and Angel. It took us 2 hours to get through the first 15 minutes.
And it took you the latter 2 hours to get through the last 35 minutes? Cool, that means we're gonna wrap this up soon. That's all right.
I consider it gets worse as things go on.
Oh god, really? How much worse can it get? Oh, we haven't even gotten to the fucking human flood captive who's helping the Covenant.
Clear that ship.
Vanek and Riz. I was like, it looks more like a DMR.
Oh, it's a DMR without the scope, actually. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, though, totally not Fred was firing it earlier on full auto. There's no way he'd be able to hit that with that bloom.
Master Chief 117, recording on the planet Matrimony.
Master Chief's his formal name. Spartans. Spartans. His name is Spartans. They like their numbers. It's their way of being identified. They've been kind of hardwired from since they're indoctrinated to think so. Like they're not names, they're numbers. And people think that's cruel, and it is cruel. But from their point of view, it's not. They've been engineered to think of it that way. They think of it as their purpose, their gift, they take pride in it, essentially.
Yeah, like his his name is John, but for all intents and purposes, 117 is his surname. Like that's how much they identify with it. He is John 117. Like that's
Exactly.
so. But
yeah,
like,
he doesn't really call himself. He rarely calls himself Master Chief because Master Chief is his formal rank. But he says Spartan 117 not only as his call tag, but like you said, like 117 is his name essentially. He uses it that often.
Yeah.
Well, they have informally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They keep calling him Master Chief. Like very like I can't even I think they very rarely ever refer to him as John. Even the other Spartans, like he's calling them by their name.
Look, they can call him Chief in the middle of a firefight. They do, like, for example, Kelly and Linda, that they called him John, but like they'll say Chief in like when they're in a battle together.
Yeah, but they
won't say Master Chief; they'll just say Chief.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, is that Master Chief is recognizable. It's the brand, so we're just going to keep saying Master Chief over and over.
Yeah. I'll say this much: like, Chief also tells like civilians to call him Master Chief because not 117 because he doesn't know the civilians. You'll probably never see them again. But like it's like telling them to address him as Corporal. Master Chief's his rank, so just call him that. Like when in Forward Unto Dawn, the live action series, when Chief finds the survivors at Corporal Military Academy, he's like, "We need to move. Let's get out of here." And he's like, Kelly. He calls him Kelly. Kelly and Linda and Fred actually exist in Forward Unto Dawn. He's like, Kelly, I've got 5 survivors in here. We're getting them out now. And then he's like, what do we call him? He's like, call me Master Chief. He's like, let's go. I was like, that's way more appropriate because and also they're at a military school, so they should address him by rank because.
Well, like the military will need to know who is the highest ranking person there. Like that's always going to be their first priority. Who's in charge and who am I taking orders from? So if a petty officer, Master Chief, comes in and says, "All right, I'm taking charge here," then you listen to what he says.
I don't know. Forward Unto Dawn was actually pretty damn good, all things considered. It could have been better, but I don't know. Anyway, I wish it was just like 5 episodes of them trying to get off the planet, as opposed to 3 episodes of just, for lack of a better term, boring character interactions at the military school, telling us about ODSTs and stuff, and then Chief shows up at the end of episode 3. Or was it episode 4? I forget. It's been a while since I've seen Forward Unto Dawn. Point of the matter is, go watch that if you want a Halo series, because it's way better than this shit already. Also, look at this Covenant excavation. The Covenant were excavating the planet, and they just now decided to fucking cleanse the human settlement. You think they would have done that first? Also, how the fuck did Chief know that they were going to be there? They don't usually get there. Also, why is there only one tiny human settlement on this planet? Human settlements, even insurrection settlements, they aren't like just tiny outposts. They're like fucking full-blown fucking cities and shit.
Yeah.
It's so small scale. It's got sequel trilogy written all over it.
Yeah, but you know what this does? It makes it easier to sell the freedom fighter narrative.
It does, doesn't it? You're right.
Yeah, they're just these poor innocent people who just want freedom against the big military bad guys.
Yeah, like this kind of outpost stuff, like maybe for Mass Effect, but not for Halo. Halo's sci-fi universe, in terms of humanity's stronghold on the galaxy, is much more pronounced than, for example, Mass Effect. Mass Effect, they've only had, I think, the access to the mass relays for like 30 years or something. Yeah, and humanity does have settlements out in the galaxy, but they're more mixed with the intergalactic population. So like they're civilians of the galaxy, like the Krogan and the Asari and all that jazz. But 2, they do have outposts. They're just not as vastly developed as like Halo's human settlements are. They're like cities, planets. Like Reach is like a second Earth, pretty much.
Yeah, like
Arcadia, Eridanus, Harvest is another. Yeah, Onyx is another one. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
it's again. they obviously didn't look at any of the lore.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Cave network does not appear to be a natural formation.
Shut up.
Yeah.
System with plasma.
And you meant to say that when you get to the fucking Halo ring.
Yeah.
Kind of object.
I would clap if Guilty Spark just popped out and was like, Reclaimer!
Yeah, greetings, Reclaimer. I am
like-
Guilty Spark 343.
You know, truth be told, they do find, like, little Forerunner artifacts before they find the Halo ring. In the
Yeah.
lore. But, like, this is apparently going to tell them where Halo is. Unless I'm mistaken. Also, why isn't this cunt camouflaged with a sword?
Yeah, you're yeah.
Did he just have a fucking childhood flashback?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh.
He has flashback. Okay, to be fair, he has flashbacks sometimes, but like Bungie and 343 has only done that sparingly. And like, I think the best flashback he actually had was in one of the fucking promotional trailers for Halo 3 when he's like been shell shocked and he's thinking of like just his like life on Eridanus before he was abducted when he was with like I think one of his neighbors or something. They were like staring up at the stars. And he's like, "Do you think we'll ever meet them?" He's like, "I hope so. Don't you?" And then like it just cuts to the battle and it's like, "Oh fuck, this is Halo 3. This is so awesome." It was a very great. It was like it wasn't much of a trailer, it was more of a TV spot, but it's one of the most beloved Halo promotional materials ever. Like I adore that trailer. If you can call it that.
I love it too. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was good job on that, Bungie. Good job on that. Oh wait, no, hang on now. Let's one second. This is so stupid because your family just got massacred by these cunts, and your bright idea is to go to their fucking ship where another one could be lurking. You dumb bitch.
Yeah.
How about you go back and bury your father? That might be fucking something smart to do, or something, better than this shit. And just for the record, guys, the Spartans wouldn't just fucking leave her there like that. All right, what would have happened if these cunts weren't high off the very fucking plants they put on that planet is the Spartans would have surveyed the area, secured it, gathered intel, and extracted the survivor and taken her, probably tossed her into the military somewhere so she can keep fighting. Because again, it's humanity versus the Covenant to fight for survival. It's not, hey, one survivor, let's go silver team, without properly surveying the area or gathering intel or any of that shit. Sure, you got by all means check out the Covenant dig site. That shouldn't even fucking be there, to be honest. But do that afterwards.
Yeah, it just raises too many questions.
This is so dumb. Like they wouldn't just leave her there like that.
No, they wouldn't.
Bullshit. Anyway. Granted, they should leave her there because she left all those cunts to die, but... Oh, he's got camo! Where the fuck did you use that in the first place?
I know, it's like...
Shit.
Yeah, when you were like, well, why isn't this guy camouflage? It's like, yeah, he's only gonna wait to use it after he gets discovered.
After you've been spotted? The whole point of camouflage? I mean, yeah, it can be used as a defense mechanism, sure, but like... Fucking, the whole point of camo is to not get spotted in the fucking first place. It's dumb as shit. Christ. Oh, it's fucking retarded, man.
Yep.
Christ. Keep going. I do like the sound effect. Why is she just taking a nap there?
Because she got knocked out when...
What's that emblem on his... Is that the Spartan emblem? It doesn't make any sense. No. Spartan 2 is what that's meant to say. Because it has 2 on there, so I imagine it's Spartan 2. Spartan emblem does have a... It's... Jesus Christ, it's the equivalent of fucking up the goddamn Witcher medallion. Like, in the games... The wolf medallion, it looks completely different to the one they designed for the fucking show, just because they're, we're faithful, but not really faithful. Like the Spartan emblem, it's a falcon. clutching a
that's
thunderbolt and something else. I forget what it is.
That is the Silver Team logo. They're the icon or whatever you want to call it.
That's, I mean,
yeah,
that doesn't even look. I mean, they can call it whatever they want, but it's basically just a rip off of being the Spartan insignia without actually being the Spartan insignia. It's got 2 on there too, so I imagine that's because it's a Spartan 2. I don't know.
Well, no, like literally, if you actually look up like on the thing, that is the Silver Team like logo. Like it's basically an altered version of the Blue Team logo.
Right.
So,
I didn't know,
yeah.
honestly, and I honestly didn't even know Blue Team had a fucking logo, honestly. I thought that was just the Spartan insignia. The hawk or falcon clutching the thunderbolt. That's what it's meant to be. Anyway.
Well, but that's what that is. But like they invented this new team to replace Blue Team, and then they plastered the logo onto Chief.
Yeah, it's basically it's like, hey, it's what you want, but different because we're hacked. We can't come up with anything vaguely original, so we'll just change what already is there. Especially what they did. It's like, hey, this is Halo, but it's going to be a different Halo canon. It's like, okay. You mean the timeline's all out of order and you're going to use the exactly same assets from Halo, but just fuck it up and call it different? Okay. I guess that's different's one way to put it, cool man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, she should be dead. And Chief, you should leave her there because she left all those people to die. At least they show that Chief has a heart. But at the same time... Oh, pause. Okay. Chief has a heart, but for some reason he just left her before.
Yeah, like that's something that I was like, really? You left her before, but now he's like, it's a priority. I have to bring her back. I'm like, then where was
now that
this,
she's taking a nap in front of you? You want to abduct her, Chief?
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds creepy, but it's just like what it comes off as, honestly. Fucking. But yeah, Planet. Honestly, I like the look of Reach and the fact that Fleetcom. Yeah, good. I like this. Although Fleetcom's not really. No, Fleetcom's meant to be in the mountains. I just don't know if it's meant to be a city. I wonder, are they going to have New Alexandria in this? They probably won't.
They haven't shown New Alexandria in this episode.
Okay. Well, look, I don't know why they call this Fleet. This should actually be a city with that building at the end. There should be Fleetcom. Well, maybe that's what they intended, what they meant by that. But look, honestly, I do like the look of Reach. This looks like a nice version of Reach. The buildings look very Halo-esque. Yeah, cool. All right, that's another positive. I'll give it.
And this is going to need all it can get.
The one appropriate casting choice, more or less.
Though she's blonde and British for some reason.
Appear to be...
Why is she blonde? And it's very clear that her hair is dyed blonde.
Yeah.
Halsey is supposed to have brown hair. Like that's noted. They note that numerous times. Even in the animated the Fall of Reach show, like she has brown hair in that. And in the Halo Anniversary, one of the memories that you can unlock is a young Halsey with brown hair.
Yeah, it's like they took Halo Legends a little bit too seriously.
Yes,
that's
like
the only instance where she was blonde that I can recall.
Yeah, but she was also like inexplicably like 30 years younger than she should have been in that.
She's a bit young here too, but honestly, I can forgive that. Honestly, I honestly think this actress is a good casting choice for Halsey. They just needed to age her up a bit, but yeah, I was when I saw she was getting cast as Halsey, and I think her likeness for Cortana, even though it looks nothing like what Cortana is going to look like, I was actually when I saw the cast, I was like, this is the one casting choice that I can actually give them a little bit of praise for. And I actually like this actress. I think she's all right, just in general.
Yeah, it's just
retrieving now.
See where they go. You're really waiting for me to react when this gets worse, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Admiral who?
Paragonsky.
Don't know who that is. I forget who that is.
Margaret Paragonsky. She was head of ONI. She was involved with like approving the Spartan programs, especially the Spartan 3 program. She's a decrepit old white lady, and she's been recast as an Indian lady.
Okay. All right. Look, to be fair, it's been a while since I've read the books. I forgot that character. The character, the name does ring a bell, but I forgot the character was. That's still bad. I'd imagine my reaction, if it was something a little bit closer to home, would be a lot worse. So yeah, let's just keep. Yeah, that's bad. Fuck you, whoever did that. Unnecessary, dumb as shit. The worst race bending fucking character is Jacob Keyes. I know that already. Like, that's the one that gets me, because you had Sergeant Johnson, and you fucking didn't even use him, and you just made just keep going. I'm gonna get too angry.
Civilians in Madrigal is not a good look for your Spartans, Catherine.
So I love the fact that the lady who is in charge of the Halo equivalent of the CIA, who has done like dozens of horrific, unethical things, and has sent like thousands of Spartan 3s to their deaths into
by
a
this
meat
point
grind.
in time. Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
By this point in time, the Spartan 3s have been around for like over a decade at least.
Yeah, and she's lecturing Halsey. Oh, 150 people died. That's not a good look for you. Like,
honestly, thank you for that. I would have missed that otherwise. Good. Yes. And Noble Team should be on Reach, actually, as well, at this point.
Yes. Yeah. And I like how, despite the fact that she's an admiral, she's not wearing a uniform. She's wearing like a dress.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Big Holdo energy.
What happened to strong women who wear uniforms and crests and display their rank proudly with good posture and strong arms and just whatever? Sorry.
Security committee is looking for an excuse to cut your funding.
Cut the funding of Dr. Halsey, like the most singular important human being. Like, they're like, yeah, let's like screw her over. Like that's the funny thing. People like Paragonsky and Colonel Ackerson hate Halsey, but they can't really do anything because she's so important.
I agree.
Like, no matter. So yeah, and now they're threatening to cut her funding. I'm like, she's the one who gave you the Spartans. Like, the humanity would have been dead decades ago had it not been for the Spartans.
Yeah.
John recovered something on Madrigal.
Okay, pause. Look, I like the fact that she calls her John, but she wouldn't call him John to... What's her fucking name again? Paragonsky?
Paragonsky.
Paragonsky, excuse me. Yeah, no, she would just call him the Master Chief or 117. She would not call him John. She calls him John when she sees him and only him. It's not...
Yeah.
It's like they have little bits of information they just toss, like, that are faithful. They just toss them in a blender and just pour it onto the screen.
It becomes incomprehensible to anyone who knows the lore, and if you don't know the lore, good God, you're going to be so
how lazy must you be? You must be the laziest cunt alive if you can't even be bothered to play a couple of video games to help you with your fucking television series. You must be the laziest motherfucker alive to play something that lazy people play because they like to play it.
Yeah, like, and the games aren't even extensively long,
by the way.
Yeah, like to be perfectly honest, if you just sat around playing the games you could play the original trilogy in a weekend, easy. And then you could it's like that's the thing. Like, it's not even like you need to play every single game. Look, if you want to play just Combat Evolved and Halo 2 and Halo 3, those are the ones you need to play. Like, if you also want...
Yeah, go. Sorry.
Yeah, and then you can also throw in ODST and Reach, but they're not as important. But like...
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, they might get a little bit confused if they've read the Fall of Reach, but they should. The Fall of Reach is the most essential piece of Halo material anybody should read. If you're going to get into Halo, read the other books if you want, all right? And you don't have to do this, but I would highly recommend it. Just read The Fall of Reach. As someone who doesn't read, all right, I try to read. I'm not very good at it. I don't have the attention span for it. I'm just not a good reader. You know, I have Tourette's. It's hard for me to keep my eyes focused on the page with Tourette's. It's a whole thing, all right? Not everyone clicks with reading that well. That being said, point I'm getting at is if I tell you that The Fall of Reach is one of the most easily digestible and enthralling fucking pieces of sci-fi media out there that I've seen, that anyone can get through it, believe me, you can. It's not hard, and it's a very enjoyable experience, and it's not even that long. Like I've gotten, again, as someone who isn't very good at reading for prolonged periods of time and reading quickly, gotten to like page 450 of like George R. R. Martin's the first Game of Thrones book. Still got a fuck ton more to read of that if I'll ever get to it. But like, it took me like 2 months to read the 450 pages to get around to that. And I was reading like 30 pages a day. That's already fucking longer than The Fall of Reach. The Fall of Reach is only like 320 pages. I think it's like 370 now because 343 did a remastered version of it where they kind of tie in some extra plot points and help bridge the gap between like Fall of Reach and Halo Reach. I'm pretty sure they did something there. The book I have was done by 343, not Bungie. It wasn't the original one.
Yeah. I have The Fall of Reach on the shelf. Yeah, like with the Fall of Reach, it is. I can.
Is it the 343 remaster or is it the original Bungie?
It is the. It's the definitive edition. So it's 380 pages for the main stuff, and then the extra materials, which are like that's a few dozen more pages. Okay, it doesn't list the number of pages,
right?
But yeah, the definitive edition has a bunch of like extra little bits after the book,
and
it's got some like advertisements for like Halo and stuff. But like, but yeah, like the main book is 380 pages.
Yeah. It didn't feel like 380 pages.
No,
it felt like
doesn't.
160, honestly, when I was reading it. I was flying through that fucking thing.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, if you talk about it being the most important thing, is all of the most important lore is in The Fall of Reach.
Yes.
All the information you need to learn about, like, the UNSC, the origins of the Spartans, what a smart AI is.
Fighter insurrectionists.
Yeah, what the insurrectionists are. Chief's whole like life story, you get a lot of that stuff, and I'm like, everything in the Halo EU is built off The Fall of Reach.
Yeah, everything you need. Like, okay, I don't like using that word need. You don't need to read it, but if you're gonna write a fucking television show, you should fucking read it, because all you really got to do is play the games, right?
Yeah,
you should read The Fall of Reach.
Like obviously, if you're just talking about like Halo, then yeah, you can just play the games and you can understand the story. But like, if you want to write a TV show and you want to dive into the lore and the backstory of the characters, The Fall of Reach is required reading.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'd say, even though I haven't finished it, I'd probably say Contact Harvest too, because that's like the beginning of the Covenant War and all that stuff. I reckon that's also, you should read that. Those are the two mainly. And then like, if you're gonna go past the first season of Halo, where you do the Fall of Reach and the Spartan program, Origins of the Spartans, and then you find Halo, and I'm gonna guess the first season would end with Halo's destruction, maybe it ends with them finding Halo. Basically, if you ever get to the point past the destruction of the first Halo ring, then I'd say it's debatable whether you need to keep reading. Like, you could read First Strike, and tie that in with Halo 2 as like your second or third season. I don't know, but like, you wouldn't need to read Ghosts of Onyx, for example, like, because Ghosts of Onyx, it's a side story. It does take place. It is timeline integral, but it's a side story. It follows a different set of characters in the timeline.
Yeah, it's the only one of the Nylon trilogy where Chief isn't in it, because it happens concurrently with Halo 3.
I think so. I think it takes place between Halo 2 and 3, but Chief's in one chapter, but even then it's like a flashback chapter at the start where it introduces Kurt. So
that's the main stuff. Like, and I think actually it would be really neat if you were doing a good show, a show where you covered a lot of the backstory and you included more content of Kurt, and you actually establish him earlier on, which is like, you have such an opportunity to like do all this cool stuff and tie in this stuff, like, because Kurt was clearly invented after like The Fall of Reach was made, but like you could have tied him in, you could have had Kurt in, but like goodness gracious, you're just like, we're going to start it off in like the right before Halo 1, but we're also going to be relying on all of the lore, but we're not going to be explaining all of the lore. So we're just going to have to rely on people to know it already, but we're still changing it. So it doesn't matter if you're a casual fan or if you're a long-time fan, or if you're not a fan at all, you won't know what the hell is going on.
But hey, let's make a TV series and not even play the fucking video games, cool man.
Yeah.
This is different.
One more thing. They want a friendly face talking to the survivor. Miranda Keys knows Madrigal. I've asked her to do the reach out. Is that going to be an issue?
No.
I told you that was a non-starter.
We have paused active.
Freaking the woman involved in the Spartan 3 programming, kidnapping hundreds of 10-year-olds and sending them out to die is the one.
I think I don't know if the Spartan 3s, because I actually made a comment about that some years back, going off my memory, and I said that the Spartan 3s were kidnapped too. Apparently they weren't. They were just a lot of orphans. I could be wrong about this too, but the way I was correct, it was them basically saying, look, they'll pretty much kidnap, let's be honest. But apparently they were like orphans that were taken into military custody, as opposed to just being ripped from their families, because they didn't have families. So it's like, all right, just toss them in the military and just send them out to die eventually. Also, what a freeze frame, by the way, cool man. You have a knack for that. Like, can we seriously get that freeze frame off?
Yeah. Okay, so
it's just like it's distracting. But yeah, she's. I don't know what they're talking about yet, though. Like, she says, we need to halt development on some top secret project. Let's talk about Miranda for a second. She says, John found it. It's coming here, because I'm guessing she's head of the Spartan 2 program. So whatever they find, she keeps. I don't really have a problem with that, but like she says, like Miranda Keys will be heading to Madrigal to address the situation. Do you have a problem with that? Obviously, for those of you who, especially if you're normies, haven't played the games, like these showrunners, Miranda Keys is Dr. Halsey's daughter. I don't know if they address that later in the episode. Anyway,
they literally do actually mention that, like, straight up.
Okay, good. I do find it a little, like, here's something I actually often, and I didn't really quite, from my experience reading the books, I always wondered is, I know that Miranda and Halsey's relationship is not great. It's what I gathered. But I always wondered if she like saw the Spartans as more as her children than she did her own daughter. Because I know that Keys, like Miranda took Keys' name, but the name Keys is her dad. But she didn't grow up as a scientist. She grew up as a military student,
that's why she went into the military and is a soldier, because she was following in her father's footsteps.
Yeah, but Catherine did love her daughter. Obviously, she just wasn't all that close with her.
Yeah, and this is actually something, I don't know if you've read the Halsey's journal that came with the collector's edition of Halo Reach.
I did. I did read that. It was a long time ago, but for example, like Halo 5, I think, actually had the opening cutscene opens with, like, it shows you that journal, but it also shows you a picture of Miranda on Halsey's desk. And it's like she definitely loved her daughter. She definitely wanted a better relationship with her. She just, it just wasn't circumstantial.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that because she's always been like so work focused, like, because she actually did start to raise Miranda at first until she was a young child, and then she gave her to Jacob, Captain Keys, or Lieutenant Keys, way back, and and then she just never really knew how to connect. And I remember, like, there's even a drawing of an adult Miranda, and it's just Halsey sort of like lamenting, like, she doesn't really know how to talk to her daughter. Like, she even missed, I think it was her promotion to commander, where, like, she was invited, but she was scared to go because she hadn't seen Miranda in years, and she didn't know, like, what would happen. Is it going to get really bad if I show up? She didn't know, so she was scared to, like, open up to her daughter. So it's like it's a complicated relationship, and there is a bit of a resentment of like, you know, from a daughter who feels like her mother just kind of stopped talking to her for 20 years.
Yeah.
So then it's like, yeah, like that's a really complex relationship. And
well,
yeah,
I mean,
like,
honestly, I do hope that
stuff.
gets explored here, because I would actually like to see that. Because I don't think we actually got enough of that in. I mean, look, we got enough to infer, which is I love that Bungie again relied on show don't tell for that. Because we can infer a lot from what they did give us, but I would like to see that fleshed out just a bit more. To be honest, I'm not actually suffering as much as I thought I would. Maybe it's because I'm watching it with Cool Man. I don't know, because I thought I was gonna be vomiting during this. I haven't vomited yet. Maybe it's because I got nothing in my stomach. But also, the lack of Marty O'Donnell's soundtrack in the series already is just criminal. That's another thing. To feel like Halo, you need to get the music right. It's one of my biggest criticisms of Halo 4, actually. I love that game, but the music, it had a good sci-fi soundtrack, but the sound really, in a lot of instances, really missed the mark in terms of a Halo soundtrack. Okay, what is Halsey working on?
I know, that was my reaction. Like, what?
Oh, wait, this is Cortana, isn't it? Just hit me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Looks like a clone.
This. Oh, High Charity.
Oh,
that actually looks really good for High Charity. I'll give them that. They did their jobs there. Well done. But yeah, can we go back to the clone? I'm still processing that. I was like, what the fuck?
I know, right? Like, I think this is going to be.
She's meant to clone her
brain,
her neural framework. She's not meant to actually create a clone to make Cortana. You fucking idiots! What are you doing? Basically, the whole concept behind or Cortana's AI framework is basically Cortana like mapped her own brain, or like digitized like the framework of it, and just make Cortana from that. Like she scanned her brain, says, okay, this is my neural framework, this is my thought processes, blah blah blah. Like it's sci-fi fucking 2550 fucking 2. She did some magic, technological magic, and then she fucking uploaded her thoughts into the computer, and that was it. That was how she made Cortana. She doesn't clone herself. What the fuck? Unless that's Miranda. No, it's not Miranda.
No, it's not.
Miranda's black in this, isn't she? Because Keys is black, right?
Yep.
Oh my god, that was like I hated that Captain Keys was black, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh no, Miranda, what have they done to you? Anyway, I swear to God, this is the prophet of regret. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Blessed one.
No, it's mercy.
Caden Warrior. What the actual motherfucker?
I know,
this
right?
Is wrong on so many fucking levels. I mean, thanks to I applaud the person who was very likely a Halo fan who made the trailers, who put this in the trailers, who gave us the heads up. But what the actual... Okay, the only way I can see the Covenant even remotely keeping a human in their midst is because humans have the power to activate Forerunner technology for what the Covenant sees as their great journey. Their great journey. They despise humanity. They detest them. Even if they were to keep someone around to help activate Forerunner technology, they would keep him as like some prisoner or some shit. All right, and that's not even they despise humanity so much that they're not even willing to do that. They don't want to keep humanity around. They hate humanity. They'll cleanse humanity. Because they want access to the Forerunner stuff. Humanity's purge is a fucking holy cleansing from a religious standpoint.
Yeah.
Right? All right. The only time, and it's only because Truth is a shameless, disgusting, cunning, fucking hypocrite. Truth uses Sergeant Johnson to activate the Halo array in Halo 3. which
And that-
he doesn't like doing, by the way. But he even says is like, that secret's gonna die with you anyway. I only need your help for this one task, and then we'll be on our way. We'll be on the great journey. So that's the only time truth breaks Covenant's
doctrine,
policy, or whatever you call it. I mean, granted, he does undermine the other two prophets as well, but he doesn't really undermine Mercy. He just leaves Mercy to die. Basically, he didn't exactly kill Mercy, although he may as well have. He probably was going to kill him eventually. The truth was a cunning motherfucker who didn't mind delving into hypocrisy when it suited him.
Yeah,
the only time he did was when it was to activate the Halo Ray, because he needed a human hand to, initiate the process, because Covenant can't activate Forerunner technology. They would not keep and call the Blessed One a human female for such a fucking thing. All right, they just wouldn't do it. If they saw a human in high charity, they wouldn't even bother torturing it. They would just fucking eradicate it. They would purge it.
Yeah.
The only thing they would torture it just for human information. That's it. That is the only thing they would do. The site fucking disgusts them. They would not. This is so dumb.
Yeah.
I can't even fucking begin to describe how dumb this is. This is okay. Sorry, cool man. Sorry. Keep going.
No, that's okay.
Got it out of my sight.
Yeah, it took severe desperation in Halo 3 for them to even consider using Johnson. And now here they are raising a human as their own. And she's giving orders.
She's commanding the prophets. Give me a fucking break.
Oh, look, she wants to read human books. Feel bad for this woman who is assisting a genocide against humanity.
Anybody? Please.
Imagine Master Chief just walks in with room service.
How are you feeling? I'm Miranda Keys. I'm talking to you from the UNSC headquarters on
That is not Miranda Keys.
So sorry
Yeah.
for your loss, Quan. The UNSC respected the way that Jinha.
They didn't even
Miranda
give her
keys.
They didn't
This
even
is
try
so
to give her
pressing.
Yeah, they didn't even give her the hair. Miranda has a very simple hairstyle, and you couldn't even give her that.
She's got the hairstyle of someone who, you know what I mean? She's don't get me wrong, she doesn't look like a punk or anything. But she's like tomboyish. You know what I mean? She's
yeah.
She's a soldier, but she doesn't have a crew cut or anything. She has short plaited hair. That's just kind of, it's not tied up or anything. It's just kind of out there. It's just, it's not even bunned up like that. This isn't even close to me. Look, let her keep talking. I think if anything, she maybe sounds a little bit like Miranda in terms of how she's speaking. But let me just hear that at least. Let's see if I got her mannerisms right at least.
And the people of Madrigal. Quan, I'm not a politician. I spend my time trying to understand the aliens that attacked your outpost.
No, you're a fucking fleet commander, you dipshit. You're not trying to understand shit. You're trying to kill them.
Be the last. I don't know how we're gonna stop them. You could help us do that.
What does that mean?
If you would upload a few words to the other colonies, just explaining what you saw.
My dad spent his life trying to free us from you. And on the day of his murder.
By the Covenant.
How can you ask me to?
What if I say the UNSC sent a bunch of Spartans to attack us? They killed over 100 innocent people. And then kidnapped me to force me to say it was all the aliens.
And the entire encounter was...
Why? And pause.
Yeah.
Make a video look like anything. They killed your father. As if you wouldn't want to hop on a fucking camera and say, hey, humanity, fucking unite and let's kill these cunts. Did the UNSC kill your father? No. You dumb bitch. This is the worst character I think I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
Okay, let me look. It's only, 33 minutes in? Okay, I won't go that far yet, but she's pretty fucking bad. She makes it, anyone who's paying attention, I don't care if she spent her whole fucking life believing UNSC believing UEG propaganda about the UNSC being horrible cunts, right? The Spartans came in, took on the Covenant, and saved her fucking life. No, sorry, she.
They left her to
They took
die.
her unconscious body because she was such a dumb cunt off the planet, and now they're taking her. I mean, look, I understand she's frightened and confused and a little bit very angry, but why the fuck would she be angry at? No, like I don't even buy that this is her just being hysterical. This is stupid.
Yeah, like
she should be as curious as humanly possible, and she should be pleading, "Hey, I want to go home. I want to go. Where are you taking me? Please let me go. I'm not a prisoner." That's what she should be fucking saying.
I need to get back to the insurrectionists to warn them, and they're like, "Hey, we can actually set up a communications for you to warn them." No, what if I just lie and tell them that the UNSC did it? How would that help anyone?
How would that exact? Thank you. Fuck me dead. This is the dumbest. And like, look, the Miranda Keys thing is bad enough. To be fair, I don't hate. At least I don't hate Miranda as a character yet. Just like I don't hate Master Chief as a character yet in this. Christ, Jen Taylor signed up for this. I'm so glad Steve Downes was smarter. I love Jen Taylor and Steve Downes. They are amazing.
I don't even think they approached Steve Downes.
I can't believe what? They didn't even approach him, really?
Yeah, that's what I had heard.
I mean, fucking his gain and their loss, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They approached Jen Taylor because look, who else is going to voice Cortana? Let's be real. But honestly, if they're going to have Halsey be played by Zacharias, they should have Cortana voiced her as well. Even though Cortana, like, I'd say get another actress to voice Cortana, but like instead of the actress who plays Halsey. But since they're having Halsey be so young, Cortana is going to be roughly the same age because the whole point of Cortana is that she's a cloned neural matrix of Dr. Halsey, but she's meant to be a bit younger. She's meant to be a bit younger. Her voice is meant to be a bit more, younger. I don't know how to describe it. It's, It's like whereas Halsey's voice is a bit older, more decrepit. You know what I mean?
And that was so beautiful in like Halo Reach, because Jen Taylor voices Halsey in that, and like if you listen, you can tell it's the same voice, but like she does such a good job of making them distinct.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Jen Taylor's fantastic. And yeah, I mean, look. Here's the thing about Jen Taylor and Steve Downes. They're both fucking iconic, all right? And they should be treated with fucking respect. They should not be coerced or tricked into a project like this. I don't know how the hell they got Jen Taylor on board with this, but she should not be in this. She's better than this. Yeah. It's so weird that they'll change everything, but they'll have Jen Taylor's voice in this. It's so...
It was for that trailer shot. It was
hello, Steve.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going, buddy.
Like anything we've seen as Spartan propaganda broadcasts. You think the outer colonies don't see through that? And when they hear my version, you can forget about unity or whatever.
Pause.
She's horrible.
Why would anybody be invested in this character after this?
Yeah, it's like it's not. She got her friends killed. She got a bunch of children killed. But like,
who the fuck wrote this?
Yeah, this is the moment when me and Angel we stopped having fun laughing at stuff, and we're like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
This has been greenlit for 2 seasons. If Paramount has any fucking sense, they will kill production immediately after this first series bombs, and they will never, ever let these cunts helm any production ever again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This isn't even anti-Halo lore anymore. This is just fucking bad. This is just them fucking up. They can't even... It's not the ignorance of... It's not them being willfully ignorant and being disgusting towards Halo anymore, guys. This is them creating a shitty character and then proceeding to assassinate their own shitty character and making them even shitter as a character.
Yeah.
These cunts are from kindergarten. A kindergartner could get this right.
Yeah, like you would think, like, and here's the thing: she's obviously like a Mary Sue who's inexplicably surviving and not being chastised. But like, what makes her worse is that she's like an evil person they want you to see as being righteous. Like,
yeah, it's like, from whose fucking deranged, warped cunt point of view from Twitter's hell cesspool fucking thought this character was a good idea? Seriously. Because you know Twitter's full of warped cunts who have no perception of reality and are fucked mentally all the way the fuck up. Who the fuck put pen to paper and thought this character was fucking righteous? You dumb cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I this is my breaking point, I think, right here. You weren't kidding that I was going to get a fucking shit ton of a lot worse. I was like, wait, is he referring to Cortana? No. Is he referring to Halsey? No. Is he referring to the Indian Admiral? No. Is he referring to fucking looks nothing and sounds nothing like Miranda Keys? No. Who is it? Oh, it's the character no one asked for. That's the main character who's fucking horrible and horrible and horrible. And Angel said this character, like, a character was horrible and evil. I was like, who's she talking about? Oh, she was talking about this cunt right here. Sorry, not her, not Miranda. The fucking Asian bitch.
Yeah.
Christ. You know, this Asian actress is Australian too, as far as, like, I think I read an article and said it was Australian. I feel so bad for this actress, honestly. I hate the character. I've got nothing against the actress. Damn shame she's attached herself to this project, man.
Yeah, it's Rose Tico all over again. Like, it's Rose Tico. It's like you have
worse than Rose Tico.
Yeah,
she's already fucking worse. This is the Canto Bite and fucking Saving What We Love bullshit times 1,000. Because she's basically saying, you know, the UNSC still suck, even though the Covenant killed my people. I'm going to lie to my own people and say it was the UNSC and let my own people get killed by the Covenant more and more and more because I don't want to unify for God only knows fucking what reason. Because a fucking dumb cunt thought these cunts should be fucking freedom fighters. When in actuality, they're fucking terrorists. And the fact that they're not terrorists in this is bad enough. Sorry, I'm just, fuck me. This. I can't fucking do this, man.
I know this scene is the breaking point for the episode. It's where
this is it. This is the end of discussion. Fuck this series. I'll make a video, but in all honesty, I just want this fucking series to die. I'd be happy if my video on this episode got 0 views because nobody fucking cares about this fucking show. It deserves to remain in obscurity and die a cold and lonely death. It is that bad.
It's awful. Yeah, like I saw when I told you and me and Angel watched it, we were laughing at how stupid a lot of the stuff was and just calling it out. And it was this point where we were like, oh, that it turned to rage.
How do
you write this?
Fuck said this episode was good. I want to know your location. Seriously. We need to have a chat. All right? Fuck. Because I was hearing mixed things about this episode. No, this series is already a fucking write-off. All inaccuracies aside, this is just... It's terrible. The inaccuracies were bad enough. This is god-awful writing. I'm not even a fucking writer. But this is god-awful fucking writing. And a kindergartner would know that. Kindergartner could have written this character in her first opening 3 scenes better than these paid fucking grown-ups. In biology alone, these paid fucking grown-ups did to this shit cunt of a character. Seriously.
Freaking Ray is better. As badly written.
Ray's better than this character.
Yeah,
Ray's better than this character. Ray didn't run and leave anyone to fucking die. Ray didn't willfully say, I'm going to fucking lie about what happened to my own fucking parents, my own family, because I want to be a cunt to more of my people, let more of them die, because fuck the fascists in their eyes, because this cunt is supposed to be the freedom fighters fighting against the anti-fascists, because the UNSC are being portrayed as the bad guys in this when that's not the case. They're not exactly saints either, but they're not the bad guys. They're the good guys.
Yeah, like I will take a Mary Sue that is written where they're just unrealistically nice.
I would
As
fucking
opposed
marry Ray than rather marry Ray than watch 1 second more of this. Is how much I hate this. Seriously.
Yeah, like it's just it's unbelievable that they actually wrote this.
Fuck me dead. Like this is just
Okay, let's go back.
What is it you want?
Independence for Madrigal.
Madrigal doesn't exist anymore, you stupid bitch.
Yes.
What are you fucking on about? There's nothing left. Sorry, fuck. Pause. I can't. I gotta calm down.
And Miranda is just taking it.
Miranda wouldn't put up with that shit. No. She would be sympathetic. She has just lost. Here's another part that's dumb. Again, I just said it. Madrigal doesn't exist anymore. I want independence for a fucking planet and populace that isn't there anymore. I want that. That's what my father wanted, or I will lie and cause the rest of the fucking insurrectionists to die by the Covenant's hands.
Yeah, like
oh my god.
Yeah, it'd be like we can guarantee the independence for whatever is left of Madrigal. It just got glassed by the Covenant, but you can have it.
I think this might be the angriest I've ever gotten at something before. Seriously. Yeah, Madrigal doesn't exist anymore because these guys have the fucking imagination of a fucking peanut, right? They said, hey, we got a UNSC colony. Oh, let's just make an outpost. Again, this isn't Mass Effect. Insurrectionist strongholds are meant to be like fucking cities and shit. Seriously, they're meant to be grandiose. Like Halo, again, a friend of mine uses the term modern sci-fi. It's modern sci-fi, but it's still grand in its scale. It's not just a fucking one tiny little base on Madrigal. You know, maybe there's a couple little outposts there still, maybe. We didn't see any of it. But look, the Covenant were there to purge the place. So I doubt any of those fucking outposts. That whole Covenant invasion thing doesn't make any sense. They came there to survey a Forerunner site, which by the way looked like shit. That Forerunner site was terrible. I was like, it was just like one little marking in the side of a stone. And it's like this fucking these Forerunner ruins are meant to be also grand in scale. They're meant to be like deep underground and very metallic-esque and
like
metal
elaborate
everywhere and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's like if you look at the Forerunner ruins of it in the games, it's like full their entire like operation bases and like elaborate like places. It's like not just a little dust ball and a couple of metal pieces. It's like
yeah, look, fucking this is terrible. Like, but yeah, like she wants freedom from Madrigal like her father wanted, or that's still dumb as fuck.
Yeah, your father is dead. Everyone else is dead. Like, as far as you know, the rest of the entire planet is completely like gone now. Because the Covenant wouldn't just show up with one little dinky ship if they thought.
Oh, the Covenant going to come back in force and just fucking purge. Why didn't they just glass the planet? Seriously, why didn't they just fucking glass the planet? Usually, what they have to do is they have to fucking send ground troops down to take like anti-aircraft guns offline and shit like that and destroy. Take the city, take HQ, gather what intel they can, and then glass the fucking thing. Okay, look, to be fair, I'll backtrack a tiny bit and say they didn't glass the planet because they had to get the Forerunner stuff, right? That's fine. Yeah. I can understand that. But still, at least cleanse the fucking out. That's the weird thing. They went to extract information first, information that the humans didn't know was there, and then they wanted to purge the outpost after that. They would just purge the fucking outpost first and then continue uninterrupted.
Yeah, why wouldn't they run their Phantom over it and just bomb it?
Initially, what you would do is you would just Phantom the shit out of the fucking outpost. And if Halo Reach, if that Phantom's anything like Halo Reach, that Phantom's going to be a cunt to deal with because Halo Reach's fucking Phantoms suck. They have concussive rounds, and they don't fuck off. They just fucking pester around, shooting concussive rounds at you until you fucking die. Legendary is a pain in the balls with those fucking Phantoms.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's another thing I had to mention. That's something I love Halo 4 for. They took off the concussive rounds for Phantoms. Thank you. And Phantoms were still strong, but they weren't as obnoxious in Halo 4. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we continue?
Yeah, let's continue.
I'll see you on Reach.
She looks like she's about to cry. They made Miranda such a
Why is
spineless...
Miranda looks like she's like like 19 at most. She's way too young too. Don't you reckon? She's meant to be in her late 20s.
Yeah.
Like she looks like she's a cadet, not a commander. Which is like why she pause for a second, please pause.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the reason I say it is like she looks like she's getting yelled at by a superior officer, or like that she's like signed on for a job she wasn't ready for. Like it's her first day on the job. You're right, she's getting talked down to like that, and she looks like she's about to cry. But like that's what you'd expect from someone who's again like her first or second day on the job. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's not experienced. She's not in a point of authority. She's just she just looks like she's a cadet, fresh out of military school. That's not Miranda Keyes. She's an established fleet commander.
She's like, why is she acting like this when a teenager is yelling at her? Like, it's a teenage. She's a teenager who has no power. She's a prisoner who's stuck on a ship with a Spartan. Like, Miranda has all of the power to make demands here, and like she just sits there taking it.
It's fine. You know, she mentioned this. She said, "We will throw you into the fucking brig." All right, we'll throw you into the fucking brig, the darkest hole we can find, until you do what I fucking say. Are we clear? Or you can spend the next fucking however many years in the brig. Or we can toss you to the Covenant, you know, and they can fry your brains out like they did your father. Or you can cooperate and help save some of your fellow fucking terrorists, if you'd like. If you don't like, that's fine, you know. The Covenant can kill those terrorists. We don't give a shit. We're the UNSC, but, you know, it would be better for everyone if we as a species got together and actually started to fucking fight back a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck me dead. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've ever been this angry before. I was angry at Star Wars. I was angry at Game of Thrones. I was angry at Mulan. I don't think I've ever been this angry before at something in my life.
Yeah.
In terms of like a media product. Maybe Iron Man 3. This is up there with Iron Man 3, but fuck. Anyway.
Yeah. So I just looked up the actress to see what her age was. She is in fact 27. She just looks really young.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's just like
is there maybe if there's like a wiki on the show we can see how old she actually is? Because I mean, look, in movies, particularly like with high school dramas, they tend to get adults to play, you know, for example, like Tom Holland, I think was 21 in Civil War. You know, and what was he? He was playing a 15-year-old, you know what I mean? So if she's 27, she's probably playing like a 21-year-old, 20-year-old.
Yeah, but
maybe a 19-year-old.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be a commander. She's supposed to be a commander.
Exactly.
So it's like it's
captain of her own ship, which is a giant fucking warship. The what was it? In Amber Clad. And then she gets the forward onto Dawn in Halo 3.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty badass names for ships, man. Bungie did work on those ship names.
Yeah.
Anyway, very thought-provoking. I like those names. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it. Shadow of Intent was a pretty awesome name for a Covenant flagship too.
Yeah.
Retrieving now.
Biometrics are all over the map.
Biometrics all over the map.
Body temperature is up.
Body temperature.
Lymphatics.
It's just me, or is that guy a total tool the way he sounds?
Yes, thank you. That was what I said.
Like, who the fuck is like? Is this guy like? Is he got like he's got this muffled speech, and he looks like he's not even in the room, like mentally. He looks like he's talking to himself.
Yeah, it's like the way he's talking. It's lymphatic now. They're all muffled. They're lighting up.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed when I saw the scene. I was just like, what is up with this
tool? Is it because he's Caucasian? They wanted to portray him as some kind of dumb fuck? Jesus Christ. I have no idea that he's what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck is that? Seriously. Anyway.
The way he talks is so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but when I see that guy, I look at the consumer icon on our Discord where it's just like the Star Wars reaction guy with some glasses. That's him. Seriously, I know, right? I can tell you just kind of it just hit it. It's like, oh, that's him. Yep.
Anyway. Okay.
don't think I've ever heard you laugh that hard.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right, we're back on planet Earth. Okay.
All this from contact with a piece of rock.
Has he said anything?
He said consume.
How long until they're back?
Sierra 117.
Yeah,
Oh,
now you say it.
Dr. Halsey, status report.
I saw things when I touched the object.
What kind of things?
The family?
A family.
Until we know more about that object, I'd like you to keep your distance from it.
Pause. I swear to God, I just picked up on something.
What?
If they're actually going to make it out like John doesn't remember his family and that the whole kidnapping thing was a fucking secret, that, I swear to God, dude, he knows he's been kidnapped, right? Please tell me he knows he's been kidnapped. Yes, please tell me that he knows he's been kidnapped.
Oh no, they were supposed to brainwash that out of them. They're supposed to not know anything about anything before they came to train.
God, it gets worse. Does it get any worse than this? Because this is not. If they're trying to create, I know why they're doing this too. They're trying to create some sort of like, you lied to me, Dr. Halsey. I'll never forgive you. Blah blah blah. No, it is not that at all.
No, they know.
He is being indoctrinated. That's the whole reason they didn't have to brainwash it out of him. As a child, they indoctrinated the shit out of him, and he just grew to accept it. And embrace his new purpose. That's Chief. He and Dr. Halsey I was liking the dynamic between him and Halsey.
Yeah.
Because it was accurate. It was accurate to an extent. The way they were addressing each other, talking to each other, they weren't so formal with one another because they do have like this, mother-son kind of relationship. I was going good. And I was like, wait, I swear to God, if she's like, John, yeah, don't pay attention to that artifact. You're just seeing things. That's not real. No, he's none of the Spartans lost their memory. Okay, none of it. And by the way, the only clones that should exist are the clone replicas that they fed the families after they kidnapped their real children, so there wouldn't be any suspicions raised. And they died of like terminal cancer or whatever because the clones were only built to last a short amount of time.
Yeah,
it was practically. It was. Not to sound like a twisted dude here, but it was actually pretty genius that they did that. And because all these children were taken from different galaxies or different parts of the galaxy, there was no way any of them could have fucking made the connection. It's not like these 30 random people on a planet, children on a planet, all died of terminal cancer, 1 year. No, they went to specifically. They screened children all over the galaxy, and they chose children from different parts of the galaxy so as not to raise suspicions. And
so 70 or so children who just all died around the same time, but across different planets. It's like that's not really suspicious unless someone already knew exactly what was going on. Yeah. So it's like that family would never know because in their eyes, sad as it says, is they thought their child just died.
This is fucking bad, man. This is bad. Oh. This is just gets worse. Box. He's not meant to forget about his kidnapping. It's actually a part of his development. It's what made him strong.
Yeah, like he believes in like the cause of the UNSC, regardless of what it was. And in fact, I remember I think there was a short story where where Chief meets one of this one soldier was actually a friend of his back when he was like 6 years old. And and I believe he remembers that, but of course it doesn't really matter because it's not like he can just say, hey, let's go hang out. They both have a war to fight. So, but it's like, yeah, like Chief understands what happened. Like all the Spartans know, but this is their life. And they not only accept it, they embrace it. It's what makes the Spartans so efficient is that it doesn't matter. Like they're rarely shaken up by anything.
Cool, man. I know you disagree with me. You know how much I love Halo 4, right?
Yeah.
Because of my love for Halo 4, I absolutely despise, detest, and gag every time I hear the name Halo 5 Guardians, all right? I hate Halo 5 with the utmost passion. Very few people, I think, could hate Halo 5 more than me. This fucking show is actually making me miss Halo 5. That is how bad it is. I miss the day when fucking Cortana being brought back to life, bullshitted back to life, and being turned into the villain was the most of our fucking worries with Halo. This shit takes it to another league of bad. Fucking hell.
Like, I thought Halo 5 was bad when it came to lore, and like this show is just like, hold my beer and watch this.
Well, here's the thing about like Halo 5. One of Halo 5's biggest problems, actually, for me, not to go on a tangent here, but it was its lack of lore. It didn't have much of a story because all the story missions were with Chief.
And you only have 3
Halo
of those.
5 was just largely filler with a really dumb plot. That's one of my biggest problems. Like all the granted, some of the missions were actually really fun with Locke, but they didn't have a story. It was him. His story was catching up to Chief. When it got back to Chief, which only had 3 missions, that's when a story would happen.
Yeah, and then all of the setup and all the stuff that's important to know were all in various books and podcasts and
You've been through a lot, John. So whatever's happened, you get yourself back here and we will sort it out, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I need live updates every 10 minutes streamed to me.
Okay, I officially hate Dr. Halsey in this. She was like the one saving grace, and I hate her now.
Yeah,
they made me hate her.
It's like they're making her. It's like, this is what I loved about. Let me turn that off for a second. This is what I really loved about the Nyland books is they made Halsey an extremely gray character. Like she did some terrible things for really understandable reasons. And like, had she not kidnapped those children, indoctrinated them, and did experimentations that led to some of them dying, humanity would be wiped out. Like it's she, in her mind, she did the math. If you sacrifice 70 children for the sake of billions, like that was math. It's not like she felt comfortable with it, but she was willing to make that sacrifice because she felt it was worth it. But the books never make a moral judgment on her. It lets you make your own decisions. If you want to think that she actually was justified, then you can believe that. And if you think that Halsey was in the wrong completely, you're allowed to think that. It leaves it open for the audience to make up their choices. And the characters in the story aren't running around making moral judgments. So even when Halsey changes her mind at the end of First Strike going into Ghosts of Onyx, where she starts taking the Spartans and goes AWOL because she wants to save them, because she starts feeling like she did something wrong, like I took their lives away from them, like it still never feels like it's making a moral judgment on what she did. It's just her personally, this is how she feels, and she has changed her mind over the last 30 years and I'm like, I love that so much. And then whenever you have these other people trying to come in and do that, it's like they can't help but like chastise Halsey for being a bad person.
She really is a great character, and the moral ambiguity with her character in terms of, we know she's trying to do good and she's not a horrible person, but her actions are very they really do float the line between good and evil. In terms of it's ultimately for the greater good what she's doing, but she does some horrible fucking things, and she's not proud of them either. So reading her character, learning about her and why she does things and the regret she feels afterwards, it's like one of the best parts. Like, how do you interpret Dr. Halsey? Was she justified? Did the ends justify the means? Blah blah blah.
Like you can have a conversation, you can have a debate with either side having completely legitimate reasons to feel the way they do. It's like it's like when you have writers who don't really understand moral grays, it's like that's just it though. That's what they're doing. They don't know how to deal with the insurrectionists, so they just wipe out them being terrorists and turn them into more of a, they're just like, they just don't like the UNSC, and but that's not really what it's like. Well, the UNSC, let's just have them just be bad. Like, no, stop.
Dude, we could have gotten a fucking Halo movie back in like 2005 with Peter Jackson and Steven Spielberg at the helm. Now, see, I think this Silver Cannon Halo series belongs in a different fucking universe, and I want to reach into the fucking multiverse and pull out the Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson version that we fucking missed out on getting.
Yeah,
because this thing is an abomination, and it does not belong in our fucking timeline.
No, yeah, I really would be interested in seeing older versions of the script, like back when it was a movie. Like, what were they going to be doing with that? And like,
I'm pretty sure it was just going to do the story of Combat Evolved, just a bit more flushed out, like kind of like the book. I think they're pretty much going to do Halo: The Flood.
Yeah, that's what it was.
With ties, like, you know, maybe flashbacks or tie-ins to Halo: The Fall of Reach. They'd probably do a prologue with Halo: The Fall of Reach, and then they pretty much make the movie just Halo: The Flood.
Yeah,
with a few added bits and bobs.
Yeah, and probably cutting out a number of the other, because there are a lot of extra characters in that. They probably would have cut some of those out just for time because it is a movie.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, it's like it would have been a lot more concise because Combat Evolved has a very simple story, and there are a lot of missions you could cut out, like of that, and like, or shorten them into like skipping them, like just because like, yeah, a lot of it is just pure gameplay. Like the library, they could just cut that out and just like turn that into a tense section of Chief going through with the flood, instead of it being like an extremely long, very
Could you
hard...
imagine the library as like a horror-esque Halo action sequence where he's just fucking trying to like navigate his way through dark corridors and shit?
Yes.
And you know, him just in his assault rifle flashlight, and then like infection forms come around the corners, and then, you know, you have elite forms jump down from the ceiling, and
oh, it would have been so cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Scanning the integrity of all bio interfaces for evidence of abnormalities.
Is that your way of saying you don't feel well?
Pause. Why are you acting like a fucking... Why are you trying to be humorous all of a sudden? You just lost your dad. You just threw a hissy fit at the UNSC commander who was trying to help you. You were going to let your fucking fellow insurrectionist terrorists, yes, your terrorist brethren, die. And now you're cracking jokes at Chief. You should be scared, frightened, starving, a miserable wreck, and you're cutting joke. You're fuck you, fuck this character. Keep going.
She's so inconsistent. It almost feels
every
like
turn, every fucking turn. Keep going. I'm sorry, man. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the show.
No, sorry. I understand. I'm angry too.
Yes.
Is there anything to eat on this ship?
No. Okay. Pause. Wrong. Chief should offer her something to fucking eat, and she should be crying in a corner. That's what the scene should have been.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have to ask for that. Chief should just give it to her. The whole reason he wanted to take her or escort her by himself is because he wanted to, one, I imagine, extract some information from her, and two, to, you know, make sure she's all right. That's the kind of character Chief is. He's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows, but he does care. That's the point of his character.
Well, like in Halo 3, when he finds Cortana on High Charity, and he gets really low down to the console just so that he can talk to her straight up, and he's like comforting her, like, that's what Chief is like. You know what this should have been? Do you remember in Halo Reach when they find the survivors of that the Covenant attack on Reach, and there's like that one lady and George talks to her. He takes off his helmet and he talks to her directly, and he was just like, "Are you okay? Like, I want to know what happened. Did anyone, like, who attacked you?" That's what Chief should be doing. Like it kills me. It's like what it's very clear is they want to talk about the humanity of Chief. They want to be like, we're diving into his backstory and seeing his long lost memories. But it's like, but you can show Chief being human without rewriting lore, because Chief is human. Like it kills me when people don't understand this. It's like I always have to point to the, you know, people always talk about the books. I'm like, yeah, you got to look at the books. The way he talks about other people, and like you remember in First Strike when Kelly like nearly died because she got hit by a hunter with a plasma launcher, I think, and like
she was all burnt.
Yeah, and he genuinely lost focus on the mission for like a couple of seconds because he cares about Kelly specifically so much because she's his best friend. And like the fact that he has Dr. Halsey and an admiral with him, and he almost forgets about them because he's so concerned about Kelly. Like, Chief is human. And the fact that people like this will write it and they'll be like, yeah, he's just like an automaton. He's just like a robot, right? Like, and then we're the ones who are going to give him his humanity. And it's like, no.
It's like, pretending that Halo doesn't have any strong female characters. So they ruin Miranda Keyes, ruin Dr. Halsey, exclude, and black characters, exclude Sergeant Johnson, and then create woke blue team, aka silver team, and fucking just race band Captain Keyes and Miranda Keyes, and still make Miranda Keyes look and sound like shit, and then probably introduce this Kwan character in an attempt to be fucking diverse and fucking female empowering, and they just fucking make themselves look like a laughingstock in the process. Like, you've bastardized Halo's excellent and, very, not that it matters, but very well-rounded lore in terms of diversity and, strong female characters. And you've done a shit job at trying to fix what wasn't broken, essentially. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. No, this is Keyes, isn't it?
Yep.
I thought when I honestly thought he recalled him being cast as Idris Elba, because he looked like Idris Elba. He still does look a bit like Idris Elba.
Doesn't he look like discount Idris Elba? Yes,
he does.
Thank you.
To be fair, like I think this guy looks the part of a ship captain. Like, I think he looks all right. He's just not Jacob Keyes, and that certainly isn't Miranda.
Well, yeah, it's like the thing is, if you want a black captain, just invent another one. There are hundreds of captains that there could be. You can just have him be one of the captains in the show. Like,
yeah, have him be. I can't exactly come up with one off the top of my head, but you could just make him Keyes's best friend or something, and they both like fly missions together and on different vessels.
Yeah, maybe they went to military school together back in the day, and
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, and it's just like, people would be totally fine with a new character. In fact, he might even get popular enough. Like, a character they introduced might get popular enough to be properly introduced into canon. But like, the problem is that they alter existing characters and piss people off. So there's no way that actor could play a character that people would really get behind.
I thought we got past this back in 2020. I mean, granted, we should have been past it a lot sooner than that. But like, I can't believe we're still in the phase where these SJW fucking cuckolds, these just complete turd of human beings, get their hands on properties like this and are still fucking them to pieces. Like, this is. In case you can't tell, anyone who's listening to this, if they are listening, I'm exhausted because I'm past the point of anger. I think I've reached acceptance or just complete apathy at this point. I'm probably going to find another way to rile me up, but like, at this point, I'm just like, this is awful. This is terrible. There's no way this can be redeemed. It doesn't matter if you have 1 season, 2 seasons, or 10 seasons. It's always going to be fucked. You've rotted it at its foundation, so it's pointless to build anything off it, essentially. So, like, and changing all this shit because it's quote unquote not canon by 343 themselves. They said it was not canon because even they know it's garbage. Like, don't support the show, guys. I struggle to even say support the fucking videos that rip it apart. Just let it die a death. Hate is still interest in a product. Apathy is key here, I think.
Yeah. Like, I've seen some people say things like, well, maybe they can fix things in season 2. I'm like, no. Episode 1, they have already crapped the bed. It's like there's no fixing it. We are past the point of no return in episode 1.
if the Covenant actually existed in our reality, and because it's an alternate reality, they wanted to be friends with us, I wouldn't blame them for wanting to glass us to fucking oblivion if they ever saw this fucking interpretation of Halo. Seriously. Maybe the Covenant were onto something, as far as I'm concerned. I used to think it was Thanos that were onto something. Now I think it was the Covenant. Half the universe doesn't need to die, just humanity.
Yeah, just wipe humanity. We deserve it.
Yeah.
Glass
Fuck
us!
it.
Glass us now!
Yes. Shadow of Intent. If you're out there, I welcome you on my horizon.
Okay.
Dad, I tried. I sucked up my pride, and I gave it my best.
I believe you.
You didn't give it your best?
Again, why is she in a laboratory? She's not I understand they're trying to make her Halsey's daughter and his daughter too. She's a fleet commander. She didn't want to take after Halsey. She didn't hate Halsey. She resented her, sure, but she's it's
like they're trying to make her a science officer here. But I'm like, and they're actually going to bring up in this very scene her resentment to Halsey.
Then why are you being a scientist?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I like how you just like yes, like steps ahead of me. But it's like Nomz is getting it. Nomz is
yes. I know. It's just. I'm so much of this is just waiting for you to like see the stuff that I want you to see.
Yeah. Because I mean, we're both Halo fans, especially the old canon. So we're just like, wherever you're at, I'm gonna get there. I just need a little time.
Yeah. And you see, if you told me, if you just had me look at this guy's face, I would tell you this dude is a captain. He's got that look.
He does. He has the look, the swagger, the expression. He looks good in that suit.
Yeah, he has an air of authority just looking at him.
Right.
But he's not Jacob Keyes. Invent a new character. I would love to see this guy be his own character because I think he could play the crap out of a captain. But
what if he was Sarge? I mean, I haven't heard him speak yet. Maybe he needs more some more oomph in his personality because I can already tell he doesn't even have Jacob Keyes' gentleman mannerisms because Jacob Keyes was he had a kind of James Bond kind of charm about him. He was very gentleman-like. Was very well read, very well spoken. Definitely commanded authority, but he wasn't reserved either. He was very, but he wasn't. Put it this way: Jacob Keyes had the charisma of Sergeant Johnson, but Sergeant Johnson is essentially the. Well, I suppose you could say Sergeant Johnson in a way was like the grunt version of Jacob Keyes. Jacob Keyes had that, but he wasn't as loud and abrasive as Johnson was. He wasn't as he was far more gentleman-like than Johnson was, but he was also a point of authority, so he had to keep calm and collected, and whereas Johnson was like, all right, Marines, let's get it, let's move, like got a purpose.
Because Johnson is the boots on the ground leader, and what are the Marines going to respond to? A guy who's in their face, telling you what to do, and cracking jokes. That's the thing is they both exemplified what a good leader should be from their perspectives. Because a captain of a ship who's commanding hundreds of people and giving orders to everyone needs to be calm, collected, and assertive. And he is just in the very beginning of Combat Evolved, when you meet Keyes, he gives you his orders. He tells you what to do, gives you a pistol, gives you a katana. All right, Chief, now go.
Truth and Reconciliation. You could actually see a little bit of Keyes' inner Johnson come out, his inner Marine, because he's saying, Marines, stow the billy, soldier. Remember, you're a leatherneck. And then he hang on, guys, I got him. And then he rams two hunters with the Covenant ship. He's like, time for a little payback. He's got it, but he keeps it, he keeps it contained because he is a high-ranking officer. Whereas Johnson has the leadership of Keyes, but he's far more of a grunt, which is why you see him being loud and abrasive like that. And it's awesome. Every bit of it's fucking awesome. But again, it looks like I can see this guy playing look, he's got. I think I can see him having potentially the mannerisms of Keyes, kind of, but he's not Keyes, and he would if he could bring out that inner abrasiveness, he could have been an excellent Sergeant Johnson.
Yeah. If you shaved him, gave him a shave, and you put on the hat, like he probably could have also been a Sergeant Johnson.
I wouldn't mind Sergeant Johnson with a beard. Actually, I could. I mean, maybe not a long beard, but just like what he's got there, like I can see Sergeant Johnson having that.
A rugged beard. He knows what the ladies like.
Yeah, let's say like if you're gonna shave Sarge, is like stubble is what basically saying like I know what the ladies like. Stubble is what they like, or something like something like that. I'm not a script writer, so there's plenty to work with. You could do that.
To a rebel of all people, as if Halsey would ever do a thing to promote me.
That's not entirely
Please
fair.
don't defend her. Nothing but throw roadblocks in my way.
No, she didn't. No, she just didn't really talk to you that much because she didn't know how to interact with you. She's awkward with her family.
Yeah, no, but in correct Halo lore, are they actually saying she tried to sabotage her own daughter in this, or is that just the way she sees it?
The most charitable interpretation is that that's just how she sees it, and she's just being like extremely resentful, which is weird because like Miranda was never this abrasive about like Halsey. Like, I mean, I know obviously they never touch on her mother being Halsey in the game. Excuse me, in the games, but like. It's just like in all of the lore and stuff, it's always been more of like they just didn't really connect and like they never really talked to each other. But it's like they're going for a far more emotional, like because I know what they're thinking. They're just like, we need more drama. We need her to really hate Halsey.
Yeah,
like,
so they're forcing it. The only way they know how to create drama is to force it, and they're trying to force drama with Chief and Halsey by saying that she made the Spartans forget about their families. That's not what happened.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought that Miranda being race bent was going to be the most notable thing about this. Like, no, they completely assassinated her character. At this point, I don't even care about her being race bent. Like, they genuinely just made Miranda worthless in this.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
Halsey's always been single-minded. I made my peace with that a long time ago. It's nothing personal.
Nothing personal isn't a great excuse when it's your mom. I'm guessing the UNSC isn't about to grant Madrigal complete independence.
That's what I came over here to tell you.
You didn't order an Article 72.
Came from up top.
And you're okay with this?
It's not about being okay.
Yeah, she deserves
it's
it.
About keeping the deuterium flowing regardless of the cost.
They keep bringing up deuterium like... Oh yeah, it's like this resource. They've been mentioning it since the first scene. I don't know if you caught it. It's like kind of subtle in all these scenes.
Is it the drugs that were on that planet, or
no? They make actually. I think it's just a mineral. I'm not entirely sure. They don't talk about it much, but like they make it sound like a lot of this is just about like resources and mining. And I'm like, you want to talk about like the Covenant? That's kind of the more important thing.
Also, wait, let me guess, and I haven't been wrong yet. So let me hear. Okay, so are they actually going to say that UNSC Highbrass wants to kill the main character of this shit show because they want access to the planet's mineral systems and because they want no survivors of that planet so it can be completely uninhabited and they can do exactly that?
They don't touch on that in this episode, but that seems to be what Miranda is trying to say here.
And I swear to God, if this turns into, why is it people can't make a fucking show about Star Wars or fucking Halo or whatever without saying, hey, that character you like? Well, he's not exactly the main character because guess what? He's got to babysit someone. Because now, let me guess what? Chief is going to be running around the fucking galaxy trotting with this bitch, being her fucking bodyguard? Cool, man. This is where you're supposed to tell me I'm wrong. I'm right, aren't I?
Yeah.
Please tell
I don't want to lie
Please
to
tell me
you.
I'm wrong, man.
I don't want to lie to you.
For once.
I care about you too much to lie to you.
God. Oh, they just turned Halo into the Mandalorian, but worse. And then the Mandalorian was already shit. Oh, that's not good. That's bad. I think Angel might have said something about the Mandalorian, but I didn't believe her. Then again, who am I to question the token female?
Yeah,
I'm just a Caucasian male.
yeah.
Yeah, what do I know?
You're too low on the totem pole to question the authority of a woman.
Yeah. Well,
it is not that simple.
It is that simple. It's an Article 72.
But like Miranda, this girl straight up said she would lie to her own friends just to get them all killed. Like, why are you acting like?
I know. I keep trying to blot that out and be like, oh my god, there's no way the UNSC are assholes. I mean, they're being portrayed as assholes, and no, they wouldn't do this, especially for something so trivial as this, concerning this Asian chick. But no, honestly, yeah, UNSC, go for it. As far as I'm concerned, I keep forgetting she left people to die, and then she wants to let more of them die and lie about the UNSC. Yeah, kill her.
Yeah,
get rid of her, purge her from existence. That way, Chief can actually be the main character, as everyone asked for, because nobody wanted this. Not even fucking normies would gravitate towards us. And if they are, get them checked. Take them to the fucking doctors. Anyway, sorry, let's keep going.
Age girl.
We're in a war, Miranda. The future of humanity.
Okay, this is definitely not Jacob Keyes. Jacob Keyes, 1, would not stand for this. 2, all right, being military man, he's not this fucking dumb either. He's actually very smart. What the fuck does this have to do with the war? Nothing. You were saying before, talk about the Covenant. It's like, but killing her, it's the future of humanity. What the fuck does she have to do with the Covenant?
What? Why do you need to kill her? Can't you just lock her up? Like, seriously, what is she going to do if she ran around going, the UNSC is evil in a
if
UNSC
she's locked up and Master Chief had to babysit her, it would be a very boring show, wouldn't it? Because you can't have Master Chief not babysit her.
Yeah.
Why are these fucking shows helmed by these fucking dunk hunt SJW retards always end up with the same babysitter plot line? Seriously. No more babysitter plot lines, please. All right? And unlike fucking Baby Yoda, Kawan is not going to sell toys.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Especially not with that haircut.
No parent is going to want to expose their fucking child to this character. She's a horrible character. She deserves to be fucking purged. Glassed by the Covenant. No, she deserves to be taken by Tartarus. Tartarus? That's his name, right? Tartarus? I keep saying Tartaros because that's like a Tartaros is a faction in Fairy Tail. Tartarus. Yeah, Tartarus should do what he did to Arbiter, but to Quan, and then the Covenant should fucking glass her. Seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Okay, let's keep
We're
going.
saving humanity if we're going to give up our own.
They really went there that quickly.
Yeah.
In the first fucking 40 minutes of the show. That's as cliche as that is. Don't you want to wait a little bit before you fucking go we're humanity? We need to show our humanity, or we're just as bad as the Covenant. Like, fuck on, come on.
Not to the
I'm not even invested yet. I don't even know who this bitch is. I don't care. I want the exact opposite for her. I don't want her to live. I want her to die. Why are you trying to pull the humanity card with her? Like, Jesus Christ, this show. This is the first scene with Keyes, too.
Yes.
I was actually on board with this. Sort of. Like, the conversation between Keyes and Miranda was like the best thing in the show, I think, up until this point. Until we reached this point. And I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about here? I was like, no, can't we just fucking talk about Miranda, Keyes, and Halsey? Talk about the Covenant a little more without talking about this Kawan bitch who nobody cares about and justifiably assassinating her, but fucking not according to the show's point of view, obviously. Yeah. And of course, the UNSC have to be, even more evil fascists because they're the freedom fighters. The fucking the UEG are the freedom fighters. They're the hard done by cunts who are the victims and all this. Like, UNSC are fighting a genocidal war or an anti-genocidal war against the Covenant. That's not the main focus of this. And fuck, cool, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like you're Forrest Gump and I'm Bubba in this situation. I'm dying, and I'm just like, why'd this happen? Cool, man. Why'd this happen? I want to go home. Sorry. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Fuck, whoever's going to listen to this reaction is going to get their fucking time's worth, man.
Yeah. What kills me is if you told me like, oh, there's a Halo show and they're going to show Keyes and Miranda talking to each other before the events of Combat Evolved, I'd be like, that's great. And then you see the scenes and you're like, that's not great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was alright with Keyes. Now I fucking hate Keyes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I hate that Keyes would be so willing to go along with this. I don't hate the fact that he wants to kill Kwan, or that he's okay with killing Kwan. I hate the fact that he's okay with this being okay, because he wouldn't be. Keyes is not like that. Keyes is a military man, but he's also a moral man. That's the point. That's why he's likable. You know what I mean? Like Captain Del Rio. One of the reasons why he was I don't hate Captain Del Rio as a character. I know a lot of people do, but I have my reasons. But one of the reasons why he was very unlikable is because he was too military. He was more focused on the military, on going by the book, than basic humanity, basic he lacked compassion, empathy. He was granted, he didn't have the relationship to Cortana that Chief did, or the relationship to Chief that we as the audience do, but he was still too hard to. He wasn't really meant to be likable either, because he was so militaristic and black and white. Whereas Lasky, on the other hand, was far more likable because he was a moral man as well as being a military man. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
Hope people know which characters I'm referring to. And
sometimes you have to make hard choices to get good results.
Okay, one, that doesn't make any sense, and two, it's not a hard choice at all.
Yeah.
Killer.
Now we're sounding like Halsey.
Says the woman who followed Halsey's footsteps to become a scientist.
Yeah.
Apparently.
You don't eat?
Didn't see anything I liked.
What is it you like?
Nuts. Bolts. Microchips. That was a joke.
Yeah, no, I gathered. Hilarious.
I mean, your jokes aren't much better, hon. I've heard them. They sucked.
Oh, this is cringe. Because Chief actually does have a great sense of humor when he does make jokes, which isn't often in terms of the whole lore.
There's actually a great bit in Halo Infinite about that. When he's getting to know the new AI, and the new AI is like, should we attack them? And then he's like, what do you think? And then she's like, I think we should. Oh, wait, that's sarcasm. I'm not doing it justice, and but there's a part where like she's like Chief does like some of his like one of his one-liners. I forget what exactly, and then she's like overly serious, and she's like, well, I don't see how that helps. It's like, oh wait, did you just make a joke? And then she's like, so it's okay for you to make jokes, but not me. And then he's like, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I probably butchered it, but it's just in the game it actually like it was very endearing, and Chief does have good humor, but it is sparingly used. Honestly, that would have this joke would have gone down a lot better if it was actually Steve Downes voicing it. I think that's
Yes. So like it's cringy.
It's not meant to be a put you in stitches joke. It's just meant to give you like a little bit of a chuckle, like. I see what you did there, because this is honestly, I'm not too. Can you rewind it actually just a tiny bit? I just want to see this again, because I didn't really have too much of a problem with this joke coming from Chief. So it wasn't really a joke; it was more of a.
Didn't see anything I liked. Nuts, bolts, microchips. That was a joke.
Yeah, no, I gathered.
Yeah, see, if Steve Downes' voice, and that would have gone down much better, because I mean, this guy doesn't.
This guy has like zero charisma at all.
Well, I mean, Chief Steve Downes doesn't. I mean, Steve Downes has a very iconic voice. His charisma is Chief's charisma, I should say, is it's based on how much he can convey with so little. That's Chief's charisma, and Steve Downs can convey a lot with just a couple words. And he also matches the voice matches the look. This voice, he just sounds like a regular guy. Steve Downs' voice, not to sound like a cliche, but it's so iconic and so distinguished. Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, because like I mean, look, the joke could have been worded better, but this is Chief kind of humor. Like it's very subdued, very tiny, just tiny bit of humor. It's not overly done. He's not ballet dancing or anything like that. But yeah, this is where you really need the voice of Steve Downs to make it work.
Yeah, like he can, like especially when they're flying in and Cortana's like, "We're not gonna make it. We'll make it. We're not gonna make it. We'll make it." They crash.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, well, like in Halo 4, one of my favorites is like, "We could always ask nicely." He's like, "Asking's not my strong suit." He's like, "Yeah."
So, do you have a plan to get out of here? I thought I'd try shooting my way out just to mix things up a bit.
Or even when he's not even talking, it's like, how much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields? And Cortana's like, not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why would you? And then he just chucks a grenade in his hand. He's like, "You know what I'm thinking." That's like, that's Chief humor. It's very simple, subdued, but he's also playful. He just doesn't like.
Yeah, boo.
He's got very playful, which in a sense, somewhat childlike humor actually, but like he's not childish. He's just playful, but subdued and reserved.
he makes it work because he's not doing it all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
You ever take that thing off?
No, he does not in front of people, not in front of us.
I need it.
He also hates having the armor off because it makes him feel naked, essentially.
Yeah, because
like when he got promoted to Master Chief Petty Officer and had to wear his fucking uniform without his armor, he hated every bit of it.
Yeah,
it's in the book. It's specified.
Yeah.
We've actually met before today.
Okay, take your guess. What is she going to say? She said, "We met before."
I swear to God, if she says Corbulo Military Academy,
we've actually met before.
Say I'm wrong.
No, what would be a cliche backstory for this type of character to say that she met someone like Master Chief?
Okay, because like I only said the Corbulo thing because like that's the story from Forward Unto Dawn. I was like, if they stole that, met before, fucking cliche story for how she would have met Chief. Chief arrived on her planet and like started fucking shit up.
When was this?
Honestly, I'm at a loss. For the first time, I'm at a loss.
When you killed my mother.
He didn't kill your mother. How do you even know it was the same Spartan?
Well, remember, this is the new era of Spartans where they all have unique armor.
True, but how does she remember Chief specifically? Also,
because it's convenient for the plot.
Okay,
but yeah, okay. It's so funny because when I was recording this with Angel, like literally seconds before, like not even seconds, but like the second before she said that line, I was like, "It's when you killed my mother." And then
when you said cliche, I was like, he killed someone of hers, didn't she? But I was like, who? I was like, I thought her mother was back on. I guess I forgot the fact that they didn't even introduce her mother. So,
no, it was just her father. Because, I call that, and I was hysterical. Like, I have to see if I'll just show you that part of the recording. It was just like I was like losing it because I called it second right before now.
She was at a meeting. How the UNSC was stripping us of all our natural resources. You and 3 other Spartans showed up, responding to an insurrectionist bomb threat. But see, that never made much sense because why
would insurrectionists blow up a meeting for insurrectionists?
Because they're terrorists?
We were ordered to eliminate the organizer. The assembled were deemed an imminent threat.
My mom seemed like an imminent threat to you?
Your mom was a terrorist.
I can see on the ground may not reflect the entirety of the situation.
And look, here she is.
Question everything.
And someone told you that's bad?
She's lecturing Chief.
And again, how the hell does she know it was Chief? Was she there? Like,
yeah, like why would she be there at a meeting of supposedly politicians?
Exactly. How the fuck does she know that?
Like, it'd be one thing if she
Does
knew
that
that.
explain? Is there like a recording of it, or is
Oh
there
no, they
posters,
haven't explained it in this episode. So far, it's just what she said.
That's dumb.
I know.
And it's cliche. I can stomach cliches if they're well done. This is the complete opposite.
Yeah. It's bad ideas and bad execution.
Can't turn around without staring at an uplink about humanity's best weapon.
Let me guess.
What is your name?
Kwan Ha. How much longer are we stuck in here?
That's still being worked out.
Also, this Chief, look, nothing against this Pablo guy. He sounds terrible.
Yeah, he does.
Terrible as Chief. I bless him for trying. I know he looks and sounds like he's trying, even though he's probably a stunt guy in the suit half the fucking time. But although he's probably going to be one of the first on Twitter saying, "You guys just hate it because you hate strong women," blah blah blah. As butthurt beta males who fucking star in these productions often tend to do nowadays. Seth Rogen. Sorry. I recently saw Seth Rogen mouthing off at Gina fucking Carano about how he won't shut up about her Holocaust comments and that he's going to quote unquote end her fucking career. Seth Rogen said that to fucking Gina Carano. A woman
guy
who could dismantle him with her bare hands if she so fucking deemed it appropriate. Which no one would fucking blame her for doing at this point.
That dude hasn't made something worthwhile in what, 10 years?
Yeah, was it like I think it was the Green Hornet was like his last notable thing. That wasn't even good. I saw it. I was bored out of my mind. All the funny shit Seth Rogen's done, I'm pretty sure the ones that I've liked weren't even really Seth Rogen productions. He just starred in them. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But and I used to like Seth Rogen quite a bit. And the Gina Carano comment, I know this is a complete tangent, and I apologize, but the Gina Carano comment, I just saw it in the Discord, actually. Someone posted, I think it was on the memes channel. And it was dated mid 2021. This happened a while back, but I can't believe I'm just seeing this now. If I saw that, I would have made a rant immediately. Because that really pissed me off seeing that. Yeah, so I hope this Pablo guy doesn't go on a fucking Twitter tangent or tirade, cucking out to the Twitter masses and praising this production and its, progressive fucking direction and all its bullshit.
Yeah, even though they made their woman look like a complete psychopath.
And yeah, their race bending's terrible. Their accuracy and attention and faithfulness to Halo lore is terrible. Their own writing, as far as it pertains to their own production, is terrible. The characters they create, they also sabotage. What this guy, this Pablo, whoever the fuck's playing Chief, whatever his name is, his best thing to do would be to get off this production as soon as possible, put on a smile, nod his head, and just fucking go about his day. All he needs to do is just keep his mouth shut. Just keep his mouth shut. Say, yeah, I started it. It wasn't what I expected. I hoped it would do better. It did not, but that's the past. I'm moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Same as this actress here. I swear to God, if she goes on one of those fucking Twitter, progressive fucking tirades about how we're all sexist and fucking misogynistic for hating this shit fuck of a show, then, I consider her a write-off as well. And yeah, she should not be lecturing Chief about, morals and all that bullshit. Again, she was willing to let her insurrectionist terrorist brethren die by lying to them about the Covenant and blaming the UNSC for reasons. No sense. Absolutely none. Christ, dude, we're nearly there. We got another 15 minutes. And now Chief has to think about killing this chick. Look, this whole plot line is stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make it about natural reasons. They're essentially turning UNSC into the fucking I'm not too educated on American politics or whatever, but the Bush administration basically going into Afghan for oil and resources under the cover of, get Osama bin Laden, blah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a part of it. But it's like it's so funny because it feels like more like the idea of dealing with the mineral resources being super important is like more out of Dune than it is Halo.
And it's got nothing to do with Halo. It's just in
Yeah.
Halo, it's just insurrectionists just don't like the UNSC government and they want to govern themselves. UNSC's not doing anything wrong, but they're just a bunch of greedy, ruthless terrorist assholes who want power, who are rebelling. They're not even all aligned with each other, I don't think, the insurrectionists. I'm pretty sure the insurrectionists have like separate entities, separate factions and whatnot, but they're just greedy, power-hungry warlords, essentially.
Yeah.
They're not people being oppressed by the UNSC wanting their natural resources.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, last I checked, all those colonies were initially under the United Nations Space Command, which means the UNSC already fucking owns those natural resources and can get them at any time. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's turning out the cameras, I think. Yeah.
Dr. Halsey, what's wrong with 117?
I was going to say it's the
Rather
feeling
than
of being in
execute
this show. He just wants it to end, so he turned off his monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this is terrible. Let's just end it right here.
Yeah.
It's like 117 respond.
Yeah.
It's like this is too bad, guys. We're not doing this.
First episode and Chief has already gone AWOL.
You need like 5 sequels to get to that point. If that.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because like in First Strike, when Chief has the choice to like Halsey gives him the choice to present information that Johnson might have an immunity to the flood, which would inevitably get him captured and by Oni and experimented on. And just destroying the information and moving on.
Yeah.
Like he chooses to destroy that information so that Johnson isn't captured and possibly tortured under experiments.
Yeah.
Like technically that was going against what his orders would be to bring in any information that could be useful. But he still doesn't go AWOL. He just continues on with his mission.
Yeah.
Liz Woodard, he has decided to kill the video feed from his ship.
I think he's having memories.
What?
I thought you'd see those memories.
He is not even certain that they're his memories.
Oh, I hate that sometimes.
I know.
Not knowing why a walking killing machine is doing what it's doing is a risk that cannot be taken.
It's precisely why the Cortana system could be
There is no Cortana system, Catherine.
Yes, Cortana doesn't exist yet.
I mean, to be fair, in the timeline, she's not too far off being like she should be created by this point. I just don't think she should be with Chief yet. Like he doesn't get Chief, and he doesn't get Cortana until he arrives on Reach, where he gets his Mark V suit. So,
well, yeah,
it's
and
not
like
too far off.
Well, yeah, and that was like what, a couple of weeks before the fall of Reach or something. It was really not.
I think it was like a month before the fall, because I think they did have to like plan the mission and everything, and I have to go back and read it. I'm sorry. I actually started reading parts of the fall of Reach, and just because I wanted to refresh my memory on a few things, and I really just enjoyed diving back into it. Like immediately, the first chapter is like this raging battle, and it was really cool. And Nudlin does such a great job at giving you a clear, crystal fucking picture of what's going on. Yeah.
Now get your Spartan under control.
And bring me a papadom. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Pause for a sec. Please tell me it does not get much worse. I need you to tell me it's not going to get much worse. I know he takes his helmet off. Besides that, tell me it doesn't get much worse.
We've pretty much reached the pinnacle of stupidity. We'll be mostly outside of him taking off his helmet. We'll mostly be coasting on stupidity.
Okay. Let's just rip off the bandage.
He killed the feed so that there's no evidence.
He has no attachment to this chick. No,
yeah.
Chief is a moral person, but this is way too simple for him to go off orders. Chief would if Chief was ordered to kill her, he would kill her. And as far as he knows, she's a fucking rogue insurrectionist. He may not agree with it, but he'd still do it. He's been indoctrinated since he was 6 years old.
Yeah, like it would have to
The
be
problem,
someone.
the thing is though, when people say, "Well, doesn't that make Chief a cold-blooded cunt?" It's like, yes, but here's the other thing: Chief wouldn't be ordered to do this because the UNSC isn't like this. He isn't like this, and there's no chance that Halsey would like. I mean, look, this chick would have to be very fucking important for them to have to off her like this. Like, it's not like this. It's not like they're not after resources. This is a fabrication. This isn't Chief. This isn't the UNSC. This isn't Halsey.
Yeah.
This is all wrong. They're just trying to give Chief a pitiful fucking moral crossroads where he's going to have to fucking make a choice and go AWOL or whatever. So they can have their babysitter fucking plot line with him and this character no one cares about.
Well, yeah, but then we know because they already talked about going to the Halo, which means this is all going to have to end up at the Combat Evolved story in some way, shape, or form, which means he's going to have to get back with the UNSC anyway, which means that we know that this whole AWOL plotline is going to be completely meaningless.
Yeah. I can't, man. I can't do this. Let's keep going.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Paragonski's like, can the girl survive this? And then Halsey's like, I thought you wanted her dead. Yeah, that's a good question. Like,
what the fuck?
Why are you concerned? You're literally cutting.
Rewind. No, hang on. Sorry. We need to rewind that. Actually, this is just a little bit more.
Take down the oxygen in one.
So they want to take off Chief's oxygen as well.
Chief's oxygen.
That's Let's just try and. First off, they can't do that, and secondly, let's just waste one of our most expensive fucking assets ever. Okay, but you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, why is she so? I thought you literally ordered an Article 72 on this girl so that she would die, and now you're like, but can she survive? Why do you care? Why are you all so inconsistent?
Oh, it's dumb. Also, Halsey wouldn't do this to John.
No.
Access to panel Alpha 16.
If he's unconscious, how come he's opening panels in the ship?
What's in A16?
Atmosphere controls.
Well, it's a good thing he's right
How
next
the
to the
fuck
atmosphere.
does he know that?
Returning to normal.
What sort of weapons is the ship carrying?
John is not going to fire on us.
I think it's safe to say you don't know what Master Chief is going to do at this point. Put out the alarm. Scramble everyone to landing bay.
And Keyes is just going along with this.
Yeah.
Full Soren protocol.
Due respect, we are talking about our most important military asset.
Investigate. I'll speak to John and whatever.
Well, why did you insinuate you were trying to kill him?
You can watch from your lab.
This is such petty drama between everyone.
No, and here's another thing. The Marines wouldn't just fucking turn on Chief like this. No chance.
No.
The Marines love Chief and the Spartans. Also, by saying the Spartans gone AWOL, you're fucking essentially tanking the whole Spartan narrative. These completely obedient, indestructible killing machines. Why are these guys going to try and kill one of their fucking saviors? Also, how do they expect to survive? They won't. It's like these cunts are unkillable, right? Oh, until they are. Until we need to put them down, then they're killable all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're going to sound an alarm and be very public about targeting a Spartan.
Dumb. To be fair, I would like to see more of the Marines. Instead, we don't follow a Marine in his journey throughout the Covenant War. We follow Asian bitch.
Yeah, like it would actually be great if they focused more on the boots on the ground Marines. Like, you know what? They could have invented new characters. They could have been as diverse as they wanted and had a whole bunch of them be Marines and just have them be throughout the story and you follow them.
Yeah. Because I was like, how are you going to make a show that? Because I even in the Peter Jackson movie that was rumored to be coming out, Chief wasn't going to be the main character. He was going to be like a side character, which I think would have actually been a wise choice. Because unless the player's occupying him, you're going to get a very limited amount from Chief. So having him as a side character that pops up every now and again, or that is in support, but still integral, would be the wisest choice. Because you can flesh out the story more with characters you can dive deeper into. I'm not saying you can't dive deep into Chief, but you don't want to overexpose Chief either, because again, Chief is meant to be reserved in terms of how much he gives, how much he talks, and whatever. No, that's like a forklift or something.
Oh, that's a Matt cannon.
Oh, it's a Mac. Oh, that's all right. That's interesting. I do like the suit up. That's cool. I'll give him that. Fuck, he looks completely like Fred too. Also, I don't think the shot is from the trailers. I think it's from. I think they covered their faces purposely. No, actually, I don't think they did that actually because Chief hasn't taken off his helmet yet. They probably just haven't taken theirs off yet. Excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, like you can tell, like this is Fred, this is Kelly, this is Linda. But then they're like,
yeah, Linda's got the sniper.
Yeah, and we see Kelly, or what's her name, with 2 pistols. I'm like, that would make sense for someone who's more focused on mobility and movement. And then,
yeah, good point.
And then Fred with a DMR, or what's supposed to be a DMR, because he's mostly focused about mid to close quarter combat. Like, yeah, it's like it's like, what's the point of changing them? Like, you might as well just make it Fred, Kelly, and Linda, and get people, get fans to be like, "Oh my gosh, it's Blue Team."
I don't
Master
know
Chief
what
has been
their thought process was.
compromised by the object you located on Madrigal. Command to neutralize.
That's so dumb. Master Chief has been compromised. It would take a hell of a lot more than this to compromise Chief.
Yeah,
it took, and it's the one reason I could buy what he did. The one in Halo 5, and as bad as that game and its story is, the one part that did mostly made sense is the fact that Chief would go AWOL for Cortana. All right, that's the one thing that could actually make him go AWOL, and he does. How Cortana goes back to life, the reasoning behind it, and how much Chief understands and how that factors into his decision—that's all bullshit. That's terribly written. But the fact that it is Cortana and Cortana needs Chief is enough for Chief to go AWOL. Yes, that would be the one thing.
The fact that we have to give Halo 5 credit for not being...
A tiny bit of credit.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away. A tiny bit of credit. Yeah.
It makes more sense than this.
that is, and for the normies listening to this, that is not a compliment.
Nah.
When that ship lands, I want you to secure and protect Master Chief.
Engage friendlies, ma'am?
If they go after Chief, they're not friendlies. Correct, Dr. Halsey?
Correct.
Okay, I can buy that. I can buy.
Halsey, this is one of the few things where we're like, yeah, okay, that's something I would think she would do. But like the fact that this whole scenario is set up, and in the first episode, no less, like you don't know anything about Chief. So, like, there is no emotional investment in him doing this.
Why is it? I mean, like, again, they feel like they have to fabricate this drama. The drama's already there. You're in the middle of a fucking galactic war.
Yeah.
Like...
And have you noticed, after that first battle, we haven't had Covenant forces?
Yep.
It's all been about the human drama.
Petty human drama, too.
Yeah.
Like...
This is like reboot Battlestar Galactica stuff, where it was like everyone being obnoxious to each other.
Are you a Star Trek fan? Sorry to cut you off. You a Star Trek fan?
Yeah.
All right. Picard was bad, right?
Yes. There have been a lot of comparisons.
Is this episode worse than Picard? Because it'd be very hard to imagine. And I'm not a Star Trek fan, but I couldn't imagine Picard being as bad as this.
Yeah, Picard is basically the equivalent of this for Star Trek. Like it's that bad. Like Picard is really bad.
Why did Patrick Stewart sign up for it then?
Because Patrick Stewart is with it. Like he's on board with them politically.
Oh, it's politics. I don't know. That's why. So it's woke too, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Of course. Haven't we fucking learned yet? Like, I thought this shit was on its last legs. I feel like we took one step forward and we took 2 steps back, or maybe we took 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But fuck this, trying to get. I mean, I don't know. I think you know how much I hate Sony. Sony's leading the charge out of Wokesville. I think HBO is trailing behind. I mean, at least you can hate Zack Snyder's Justice League all you want, but as far as I know, it wasn't woke.
It's not
Or-
woke. It's just really stupid.
Okay, well, I'll take stupid over woke.
But with Picard, it's like it's very similar. Where it's like they completely cuck out the main character who gets lectured by new OC characters, and then the Federation is like just bad. Like they're bad. Like there's no good in it. It's just bad. They do bad things because they're bad and they want to do bad stuff. And then it's like, oh, we're like the good guys are like, we're fighting against the government, man. So it's like it really is a lot like this.
Yeah. Also, we really need Marty's music.
I know, right?
Like Halo. Way to go, Chief! Leave a loaded weapon with this chick.
You're gonna need to listen.
Yeah, you just let the gun armory just open.
UNSC changed the air mixture, not me.
Why should I trust you?
Because I saved your life.
Because if if I wanted you dead, you would be dead. Like
this is Mark 6 Mjolnir armor. The outer layer is titanium. You won't even dent it.
Yeah, you should be at most in the Mark 5 armor, but you should have Mark 4 armor. Here it comes. I hate the music. It thinks it's so epic.
Dumb.
If you want me dead, you'll need to aim up here.
Why would you do this?
What just happened?
Yeah, and let's just soak in the fact that
that is like that right there is the biggest middle finger you can give Halo fans right there. That right there is the biggest. Look, 343 took off Chief's helmet, but it was only
his eyes.
Look, hate 343 all you want, but they knew that like, and they even recognize that it's a mistake because they haven't done it since. But they did it as part of a legendary. They did it. Look, they took Chief's helmet off just to show you that there was a man inside, just to show you his eyes. They showed you his eyes, and that was accurate because he was old, he was grizzled, he had the type of eyes that the book described. It showed you that there was someone inside there, and that is all. 343 took off his helmet and showed you very, very sparingly what Master Chief looked like.
And the fans hated it.
And look, I found it forgivable. All right, I think most fans found it forgivable. We're just kind of like,
no, they didn't. They
hated it. They hated it. True, and I myself kind of hated it as well. But like even 343 recognized that as a mistake, and fans are like, okay, that was bad. Don't do it again. And 343 haven't done it since. This is way beyond that. This is way beyond that. And like, look, even then, it was 343's first Halo game, and like they went a little too far with that, and like they're not going to do it again. They know better. These guys, and also there's another thing. 343 really didn't mean it with ill intent either. They just meant it as just kind of like just like a little Easter egg for players, or whatever. Like, yeah, they still hated it, and they learned from it. But like again, 343 weren't trying to be malicious about it. This is very purposefully and maliciously giving a middle finger to Halo fans. That's the difference.
Yeah.
This is fucking... You could not show a bigger disregard for Halo lore than openly taking off Master Chief's helmet and having him fucking smile for the cameras. Like,
yeah.
I do like how he pointed out that the Mjolnir Mark 6 armor, you can't dream of touching it with just a 1 or 2 bursts from the battle rifle. Even though you can kill Spartans with a battle rifle, you can actually kill them pretty easily in multiplayer.
Though I think we can all agree that multiplayer isn't a direct reference of lore.
Agreed.
Spartans also can't swim in it.
That's true. But I like how he told us what the armor was, and that you can't dream of hurting him inside of it with that weapon.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I see them doing something even the slightest bit good, well...
Yeah, then he immediately takes his helmet off right after that.
I wouldn't be surprised if most people, like... I think Angry Joe made a video as well. Like, if most people just got pissed off at him taking his helmet off, like, oh... Because Angry Joe's like a giant fucking normie when it comes to Halo, and he was pissed off at it. I didn't watch his video, but he looked angry on the thumbnail, and I was like, yeah, he's probably just going to point out that that he took his helmet off and throw a big giant tantrum about that. This goes way beyond that. Like this is just the cherry on the shit cake.
Yeah, the fact that him taking his helmet off is not even the worst thing about this episode.
It's actually one of the most. It's actually one of the most mild parts of it, which is a ghastly a ghastly thought when you consider this fucking and the fact that this is just one episode. Cool, man.
Yes, that's
episode.
it. It's like this journey we've been on of all this crap. We're still not even done with the first episode.
Yeah. Now, if this is Master Chief, she would already be dead.
Yeah.
And if this is the real Catherine Halsey, she wouldn't have given him that order. And if this was the real UNSC, they wouldn't want her dead in the first place.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
Don't you? You were the one in the very beginning of the episode going, "The Spartans are helping us! Yay!"
Jesus Christ, dude! I completely forgot about that. Thank you for well, I don't know if I should thank you for reminding me, or if I should curse you. Curse you!
Yeah, it's like, why would you help us? Because we have bigger enemies. Shouldn't that have been your wake up call when the Covenant murdered everyone you ever cared about? Like, and you're still like, I hate the UNSC. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna. I mean, I'll put up some of this reaction on my channel and just say mine and Cool Man's reaction to, and you can do the same. But yeah, I think this is definitely gonna be my next video. Fuck me dead. This is god awful.
Now
this might be my most hated thing ever. Like
now you understand my reactions when I was messaging you and I was just like, rah!
Man. Oh, I honestly can't wait to I hate hearing myself back like on podcasts and stuff. I honestly can't wait to hear myself how angry I was listening to this back. Honestly,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten this angry before at something like a media I rage at video games and shit, but I don't think I've ever gotten this mad at like a piece of consumable media that you just meant to watch. Like this is terrible.
Oh, it's so bad.
Okay, let's just see if it gets any worse.
I don't know.
Get me thermal imaging on the condor.
Right away.
Oh, but yeah, they designed the Mjolnir armor that if you take the helmet off, you completely lose any tracking or access or signals from it at all.
That's
great
dumb.
design.
Dumb. Yeah, don't keep it in the chest where all the vital organs are. Well, I mean, the brain's a vital organ too, but
yeah, but like you should be able to still track him through the suit, but it's like, nope, you took the helmet off.
So what now?
We need to work fast.
Why did you kick her back? That's politics right there. Give the whammon the gun because she needs to protect herself. You can't have Chief protect her.
Open ECAM panel 2. Disconnect the AI autopilot failsafe.
Autopilot what?
ECAM panel 2. That's how we get control of the ship.
We need to bypass the converter.
I bypassed the compressor. You weren't kidding.
Yeah!
Shut the fucking thing. You're kidding me? Yeah,
I bypassed the converter.
Manual control. You might want to put your helmet back on. I was gonna say Chief, but like it's an actual pun. Chief.
What do we do?
All engines dead.
You're gonna kill your most expensive military asset over a fucking nobody civilian because of fucking.
Like, gosh, even the Mandalorian didn't try to make a big emotional thing with the child.
Well, you do know how expensive Spartan 2s are, right?
Yes, yeah, I know. I read the books.
They're for those who don't know, they're as expensive as a fucking orbital Mac gun satellite turret, which is in the trillions, by the way. Like, I guess teleportation.
Actually, no, but that's exactly what I said when I first saw this. It's actually going to be even dumber than that.
through it.
Yep. It's
and it
very...
repairs the ship.
Yes. You see, it's even dumber than if it just teleported them out.
Wow.
Because at least we know that Forerunner tech is capable of teleportation.
They're actually doing the fucking Halo theme too.
Yes, I know, and it kills me. They think this is the epic finale.
This is dumber than Disney Star Wars, dude.
It's so bad.
This is dumber than Disney Star Wars, and it's only one episode. You might want to try that Mac turret again. Or railgun, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Oh, did it EMP the base, did it?
Yes, it EMP'd everyone.
So it basically did everything they needed it to fucking do.
Yes, a literal plot device. And that's it. That's the episode. That's how it ends.
All right, so pause. Kyle Killen, and based on the Halo video game universe that you did not play, so how the fuck could it possibly be based off that? Okay, pause. Kyle Killen and Stephen Kane. Fuck you both. Jump off a bridge.
They've already jumped ship from this because these were the two showrunners who already left.
They've already left. Okay, don't write anything ever again. Seriously.
Well, and you know, I looked them up again.
The only thing you should be writing is your fucking wills. Honestly, seriously, too dumb to live, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And
people can quote me on that. I don't care. Say I'm a monster. Say I'm a horrible human being. Blah blah blah. Well, I don't fucking care. Bitch about it on Twitter. Horrible writers. Horrible human beings.
Well,
they can die. I do not care. Don't blame me. This is my opinion. It's the correct opinion.
And I looked them up again, and both of them have only written like small level TV stuff. Like they have like very little in the way of credits. Yeah, and then they got put in charge of a massive franchise like TV show.
My guess is that they hopped aboard this just because they wanted something for their fucking resume, and then they jumped ship because they knew it was going to be sucky. Dude, that was illness inducing. I'm going to have like Krispy Kreme after that or some shit. Seriously. And I rarely have Krispy Kreme unless I really need it as a pick-me-up. I usually just have McDonald's.
It's
KFC.
It's so bad.
That was terrible.
Yeah, like
I don't think I have a word for it, man.
Like when I told you, imagine how bad you think it's going to be, and it will be worse than that. I was serious.
Man, that's fuck. I don't know. Like, I'm glad we did the reaction, but like, fuck. I had so many other things I wanted to do. Now all I want to do is make this Halo video. Now that's all I want to do now.
At least you're motivated.
Oh, God damn it. I might start writing it tonight. I was just going to rant in the mic, but I don't know. Like, this was that. This was me ranting into the fucking mic.
For now 3.5 hours.
Now I might just fucking script it, you know? Well, maybe you could, like, I don't know, compile, like, the best bits and just send them to me or some shit, and I'll just chuck them into a vid. I don't know. Dude, what the fuck was that? I don't have anything left.
I don't want another.
How is it that? How does that happen?
How do you make it this bad? Like,
I'm fucking putting out a community post right now. That was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I was expecting a subpar adaptation. I wasn't expecting the worst thing on planet fucking Earth, which is what we got. Like, I feel genuine fucking passion to rip this thing to shreds. Seriously. I don't want to hear this. Oh, but wait for later episodes. No, it's over. They killed it. They killed it in the womb. You know, like.
Yeah, there's no way you can fix this. You can't fix this. It's irredeemably bad.
This thing is going to unite every single fucking Halo fan.
Yeah. Yeah, all the OG fanboys and the 343 fanboys will all gather together and go, that show was terrible.